Are you ready?
It's gonna be a hot girl disco summer. I'm never doing that again. I apologize. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Here, let's fix it. Something cool. Are we live? Is this thing on? What is up, fantasy football community? I have two fantastic minds that I respect and love and adore joining me and you guys for this incredible show that we have. Just to go over what we're going to talk about is pretty much everything Sunday and Monday Night Football related. We're going to talk about DFS stuff, some of our favorite betting props, players we believe to be fantastic sleepers, players we think are going to bust, and players we think that are absolutely smash starts. We're also going to prioritize answering each and every single start and sit question between the three of us. So I'm going to stop yapping, and I want to introduce two of my phenomenal co-hosts tonight on the show. So first, very late addition to the show, we got Stat ATL, aka Billy Gableman, aka one of the smartest, sharpest minds in fantasy football and DFS. We are so blessed to have you here, Billy. But please introduce yourself to the folks and let them know how they could support you and your content. And thank you so much for joining here, man.
Yeah, Disco, thanks for having me. I generally focus best ball and DFS stuff. I'm over at 1 Week Season. You can give them a follow on Twitter or X, 1 Week Season, or myself personally. Just I think it's actually W Gableman, but just if you type Stat ATL, it's the only thing that comes up. We put out a lot of free content. We've got a lot of stuff behind the paywall as well. But I know we're going to go game by game as part of the agenda for today. And I will say on the 1 Week Season site, I write a first look every Tuesday where I do a deep dive. It takes me about 3 hours to put it together. It's a great resource to have early in the week, for those of you fellow DGens who are looking for some early week content.
Highly vouch for that. Now, I do see that there are some comments coming in from the Twitter side. So what we're going to do exclusively, yes, we are simultaneously streaming both on YouTube and X, but we are going to prioritize those who subscribe to the YouTube channel and their questions. If you guys are on X and you're watching us, come over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's completely free. We are literally 125 subscribers away from our dream of 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been killing the subscriptions, but we will prioritize all questions on YouTube side first and foremost. Now I got my co-host with the most, my guy coming in the clutch, Mr. Fred Durst, aka Sleez Bomb, aka My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show. Nobody puts out more content than this guy. Please introduce yourself to the folks. Let them know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and as long as you'll fucking love me, buddy. And we're back.
What's good, everybody? We are back, man. Blessed to be here with Billy. Good to see you here. Sleez Bomb, My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show. You can find me across every single platform there. I put out rankings, stardom, sit-ems, buy low, sell high, smash starts, sleepers, and then we do our best ball drafts here on Drafters. If you guys haven't signed up, make sure you use promo code DISCO as well there. Double your deposit. And let's get it rolling, man. I'm ready to get it popping here.
Is that a Mr. Muggs rooted beer, Billy?
Yeah, man. I'm a big root beer guy. It's either Mug or A&W for me. I don't do any of that Barks shit.
Oh man, Mr. Mug is fantastic. Was that Mr. Mug or A&W? That was A&W.
No, that's Mug. Yeah,
that's Mug. God, I know my stuff. All right, so we got a couple questions here on the YouTube side. What's up, Andre? Thanks for swinging by. Kyle says, "What are your thoughts on AJ Brown?" Fantastic question. So I know Sleez's view on him. Obviously, you guys know that I'm very panicked and very worried. Not necessarily because of AJ Brown, and I don't think that it's a him problem. I think it's just a very terrible coaching situation. But Billy, you're somebody who I'm very curious about your opinion on AJ Brown, not just this upcoming week, but rest of season. Where are you at with him?
I think that he's a guy that I would have interest in buying low on, just because how much worse is his value going to be? If you're talking full season, standard, whatever whatever fantasy, whatever that's called these
Yeah.
days. I just think that if you are an owner of AJ Brown and you drafted him in the second round, maybe third round, but I think generally probably he was going second round, you're probably panicking. So to me, this is a potential buy low spot on AJ Brown. He's not a guy I'm personally rushing out to get. He's not a guy I'm pushing to play in DFS this week. But he's not a guy I would shy away from making lowball offers if you are, in a regular, fantasy league. He'd be a guy that I feel like his value is not going to get much lower barring injury.
Shout out to our guy NFL DFS picks in the main disco ball dynasty startup today. He sent Tyrone Tracy for AJ Brown in a late 2026 fourth. What a dickhead. Happy Saturday. Shout out to Kobe and the Cattle Dogs. She's going camping next week, so she's
what's up, Miss Disco?
It breaks my heart, and she's taking Kobe. So this picture that you guys see on the profile picture is actually Kobe camping. Kobe goes camping with the in-laws every summer or fall, I should say. Yo made it on time. Good to see you, peanut butter jelly time. Now I see you, Wizza, with the Let's Go. Thank you for watching. Jake Bullard with the question here. Head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. We'll gladly answer. All right, Kyle Siebert's audio says, do you think Corum and Ollie Gordon will break out soon? I like the Ollie Gordon situation, especially because we saw him perform relatively well in the offseason. We saw him perform and find the end zone and run like a true inside runner and spell Devon Achane. I love that 1-2 combination. I was invested in that 1-2 combination this entire offseason because especially in best ball, especially because I see that Raheem Mostert upside. And then we got a question here: Bucks or Seattle tomorrow? Head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. We'll gladly answer any and all of your questions, sir. Willie with
Seattle's
the Discord
playing the Saints, bro.
Yeah, but we want him to head over here. Would you stack Hurts, AJ Brown, and Saquon in Dynasty, or is that too many eggs in one basket? Sleez,
no,
you're supposed to help me out here, brother.
Not a chance. I'm stacking all three Eagles in one. No,
supposed to help me out here, brother, because I'm trying to offload either Devonta Smith or AJ Brown, and he's the guy with the. But if anything happens to Saquon, you want one of those guys, and this is your buy low window. Brian Pereira says pick one running back PPR. Breece Hall, Pollard, Montgomery, Ramondre, leaning towards Hall, but let me know. I'm personally leaning Breece Hall here. Where are you at, Billy?
Man, I have such an unpopular pick on this. I like Tony Pollard.
I love Tony Pollard this week as well. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the two opponents that Tennessee faced already this year, like Miami, they gave up like 7.5 yards per touch to Devon Achane. And then I'm trying to think of who they played week 1. Sorry, it's not top of mind to me. But
the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, they played Miami week 1. Week 2 was the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, and so J.K. Dobbins averaged just under 6 yards a touch too. So we know that Tony Pollard's going to touch the ball. I think it was like 19 opportunities or touches week 1, 21 week 2. Like he's going to touch the ball 20 times. And if he's averaging 5-6 yards a touch, like I kind of like that. And I know people don't like Tony Pollard. Like they just feel like there's that negative stigmatism with him. Like he just can't crush you. But I feel like of these 4 options, I don't know that any of them are going to crush you. Breece Hall's in a really tough matchup against the Bucks, who have just like given up nothing on the ground. And they're going to be starting a backup quarterback. Like I know they're going to lean on Breece Hall because they want to run the ball, but that's just not something teams have had success with for multiple years against the Buccaneers. So to me, this is weird. I'm going Pollard.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's weird. I love Tony Pollard. And Sleez, I'll get to you real quick. Just going to make a quick point about Tony Pollard. If you look at Todd Bowles' system defensively, the head coach and the defensive mind behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers scheme, no team gives up more receptions and receiving production to opposing running backs on a weekly basis since Todd Bowles has entered the realm. So Breece Hall is a smash for me here, but I don't disagree. Pollard, I've taken a couple bets for anytime touchdown. I've taken a couple bets for 2 touchdowns. I really do like Tony Pollard this week. So I love that you're willing to stand on business and bet on him there. Sleez, what was that you wanted to say?
I was going to say that's where the Bucs struggle is the receiving game, and with Justin Fields, you might see a little more receptions for Breece Hall in this game because the rushing ability for a 37-year-old Tyrod Taylor, I don't think is the same as Justin Fields. But I do look at, and I like Billy's call. I like Tony Pollard to score more just based on he's the number one snap share running back in the NFL, and opportunity is king. And Breece Hall's only getting 63% snaps.
Yeah. But now 12 of those carries that Justin Fields has been stealing is going to go to Breece as well. So on a more per touch basis, he's one of the most efficient backs, and he has been forever in fantasy football. But I'm okay with either one of those. The other two, I'm not interested in whatsoever. Even though Justin Madubuike may be out on Monday Night Football, who is the defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, that does give the boost and bump up both running backs for the Detroit Lions. Thank you for swinging by and subscribing, Brian Pereira. We spent a lot of time answering your question, but that's what we're going to do for every last one of you because our goal is to help you guys win and dominate your fantasy football championships. We got 24 people watching. Let's smash the like button and leave a vote because one of these teams, one of these two, and there's a bunch of teams that are 2-0. I missed out on a couple of those teams, but you only have a limit of 4. One of these guys is going to completely bust and choke, and they're not going to go 3-0. So who are you guys betting on to be upset alert? Subscribe, brother. Help me pick 3. Pollard. He wants 3. Pollard, Etienne, Sutton, Debo, Pittman. Then for tight end, Kraft or Ertz. So tight end, it's Kraft. You can never sit Kraft. Pollard 100%. I'm going to then go Debo and Pittman because both of them have plus matchups. It's just tough to bet on Debo and sit Cortland Sutton, but historically, Cortland Sutton first quarter of the week or first quarter of the year has always been relatively bad. Where are you at, Billy? Who you got? Give him 3 real quick and a tight end.
Pollard, Debo, ETN because I like the safety of he's going to see the ball 15 times. And then a tight end, man. I don't want to disagree with you, but I think I'm leaning Ertz just because Kraft may not play.
No, he's
good to go. Yeah.
Good to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Might be limited, though. I mean, you don't know how it's going to go off that injury.
Exactly. But regardless, injury or not, the upside's there, and I think they need to lean on him, especially with the injuries in the receiving room with Jaden Reed. I think he just gets a little bit more quality usage. Sleez, what about you, buddy?
I'm going Pollard, Debo, Pittman. I don't like ETN versus Texans.
So same as me. I love it. And Squeeze, welcome to Disco Ball Nation, man. Thank you for subscribing. What is that? Camping? Is that a tent? All right. So we're going to answer this next question, and I promise we'll get to every freaking question possible, guys. But we're going to start the actual show where we go through game by game, and we're going to talk about what we like, and then we'll just prioritize questions. We will always push to the top immediately. Stop what we're doing if there's a super chat. So if you guys are really concerned and you're in a time crunch, just hit us with a super chat. We'll answer right away. Okay. Mariota, Shadow Days, shout out to you, brother. He says Mariota or Penix to hold me down without JD5 this week. No obvious names are available on the wire. I'm going to say it. You got to insert the Penix in your lineup there, brother. Mariota is too much of a volatile play. I don't trust it. What do you guys feel like?
I like Mariota better in this matchup. I think you're going to see more of a Bijan Algier, 40 touch split run game that just runs over the Carolina Panthers because that's where they struggle is the run game. And the Raiders, their strength is the run game.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do before we get to you, Billy. If these questions keep coming in, we'll just prioritize the questions. Fuck the show. We'll just answer everybody's questions because that's what matters most, right? We want to get everybody here on the YouTube side, and we'll answer everything and anything, okay? Billy, what about you, man?
Yeah, Mariota's a guy I like in DFS this week. Similar reasons to what Sleez said. Obviously that's price considered as well. But yeah, I mean, I like what Mariota. I like what Mariota offers, and I think I've got a stat that you're not going to like, Disco. But in terms of like completion percentage, the last 5 years, or like yards per game the last 5 years, Mariota better than Mahomes.
Oh, look at that stat ATL diving in.
It's a very small sample size. So I mean, you can.
I'm just saying the upside is there. The upside.
Let's go, Billy. Let's go.
I'm sure Mac Jones also would rival him if you look at last 2 years stats as well. It's fine.
This is 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, but look at the sample size. One has played and started every single game for his football team. The other guy's played maybe 4 to 8 games. I know he had a couple games in Atlanta there, but he still got pipped for Desmond Ridder. As Eric Speranza, hey, I don't hate. I'll be honest with you. I don't hate Mariota as a tertiary play, but I think the touchdown upside for explosives for Michael Penix is going to be there, and this game's going to be a little bit closer than we'd like to hope. Eric Speranza, sick name, says, "Hey guys, now that JSN may not play for my only extra wide receiver are McLaurin, Mooney, and Kirk. How do I go PPR leagues? Thanks." So I do like Terry McLaurin as a bounce back play, but Darnell Mooney is also like my sleeper of the week. He's kind of my favorite DFS play this week. But I'll let the other two guys answer.
Stop it. Stop with this illness update. Jay Season's going to be out there. Don't
Okay,
panic on
but
social media.
Jackson
Stop
Smith and
it.
Jigba is not out there.
I'm
They
going
say
Terry
he's
McLaurin.
down with the sickness.
I don't like the Falcons
Reese
pass
deserves
game this
some.
week. I don't even really like Drake London this week if he doesn't score early. I think it's going to be the Bijan RB1 show, and Tyler Algier will see 15 plus touches behind him.
That is a very, very big probability.
Yeah, I like of the group, I like McLaren, but I think if I mean I'm going JSN. If he's out there,
Yeah,
he's
of
who
course.
you're going with. But yeah, I guess it's McLaurin if I'm picking one of those three.
Yeah, but if JSN's out, then my lean is McLaurin for sure. But I do like Mooney a lot this week. Hampton and JSN late adds to injury report with illness. God, that's crazy. Shout out to you, Willie. Thanks for swinging by.
I mean, before you go in, whenever we get an illness update, when has that player never played that weekend?
Depends. It could be that new string of COVID. Could be, I don't know. I'm not trying to get political here, but it's just one of those things where if people are concerned, we got to answer them respectfully. So
I know, but you guys got to think about it. You had Kyler Murray like 7 hours before the game had an illness and he was out there. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm also sure that like the illness was he just.
They're not giving up a $250K freaking game check for fucking mosquito bumps, man. All right.
Well, I mean, like he drank too much Mountain Dew playing Call of Duty on a double XP weekend. Been there, done that, right? Peanut butter jelly time with JD5 out, going with May or Caleb. I'm definitely going Caleb Williams here. You got to play the high implied point total. Last time I checked, the implied point total was over 51, and I checked earlier today.
Yeah, still is 1 point spread. You're betting on a game environment for DFS. This is the clear and obvious one. So yeah. Caleb for me.
Yeah, even not DFS, I still love that.
It's kind of juicy though. If A-Rod can keep up with Chris Gonzalez out, and say it could be another one of those crazy Steelers shootout games. May could be. I generally
play a pretty tight pool in DFS, and Drake May's actually one of 4 quarterbacks in it for me this week. So he's the guy I like. So, but I think if you're I think both are solid options. Let's put it that way. They both offer solid floor with their rushing. But I think I'm leaning Caleb, but I don't think either is a wrong choice.
Yeah, honestly, Drake May is not even a top 15 quarter. He's my quarterback 15. He's not a top 14 quarterback for me this week. We're going to see this Steelers defense bounce back in such a way. So, yeah. Well, when do you think Worthy and Kittle will be back? Well, Kittle's back after he's done his what's that thing called when you're on the injury reserve? He's on the pup 4 weeks. So after week 4, so you got to wait 1 more week after this one. And Worthy was supposed to go this week, so we're hoping that he's good to go next week. But within the next 2 weeks, within week 5 for both of them is my belief. I think that's the latest you'll see both of them. I lost them both week 1. I got Rashid week 7, trying to hang on. That's why we got you here, brother. Full PPR, by the way. RB1, King Henry, wide receiver 1, Puka, wide receiver 2, Mike Evans, double flex. Nice. Yeah, we answered his question earlier. All right, Gary Valcourt says Downs or Hollywood Brown at flex PPR, not considering Hendy after last week. I would say I give the lean to Josh Downs, and I'm going to start getting to you guys first because I've been taking all the questions first. Billy, where are you at here between Josh Hollywood Brown, Downs,
or time, baby? It's time for Josh Downs. He's off
Love
the
it.
injury report. His full work share is going to be back, and you already saw the targets. He's going to be the freaking wide receiver one, like we're talking about all year for the Colts. Like I said, I like all year for the Colts.
Yeah, it's always been Pittman. What about you, Billy?
Yeah, Downs.
Okay, Downs unanimously, but I'm also not losing hope on Travion Henderson. What's cooking, guys? What's up, George? Good to see you, man. I hope golf was great, brother. Peter says, sup, Stroud or Knicks this week? I'm going to give the lean to Stroud. I like him to bounce back in such a way, and I love the glue piece of Christian Kirk coming, and I just said that I'd let you guys answer first, so that never happened. Billy, what you like here, Stroud or Knicks this week?
I mean, candidly, I don't like either, but I'll go Knicks just to be different.
Okay.
I mean, I think both of them are in tough matchups. I mean, the offensive line for Stroud is just dog shit and or not good. Sorry if this is a family-friendly show. And the Chargers offer, they're a tough matchup for opposing offenses. So I don't know that I love either, but I'd rather have Knicks with the rushing floor.
Got you. Sleez?
I agree with Billy. I like Marcus Mariota over both of them.
Wow, that's wild. All right, Aaron D. Even though you asked us over on X, Kincaid already played on Thursday, brother. So
Kincaid, baby, fire him up. Let's go. Fire him up. Take the 20.
So head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel, Aaron D. Yeah, Kincaid already played. Michael Dixon, shout out to you, man. He says, "Oh, this is a Billy Gableman question. In DFS, would you play Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase?"
I'm playing them both.
Chase.
I think there's enough value at other positions. You've got a lot of pay down options at quarterback that I think are very viable. You've got 2, maybe 3, we could call it, very priced down running backs that are going to be workhorse backs because of the backfield without having Charbonnet. You're going to see a ton of Kenneth Walker. And then in Minnesota, you've got the same situation where they've only got one other running back. So and he was an unrestricted free agent. I think it's Kenny McIntosh is like the third string there.
No,
and then
Kenny
in
McIntosh
Minnesota,
is the third string in
Cam
Seattle,
Akers, baby.
Seattle.
Cam Akers.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just going to see a ton of Mason. I think you're just going to see a ton of Charbonnet. So like both of those guys in the 5K range are solid value at running back. We're going to see 20 touches. You got pay down options at quarterback that I think are very viable. You've got a lot of strong options, in my opinion, pay down at tight end. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with playing both of those guys. And, they're the alphas in their offense. They've got both of them of backup quarterbacks who are going to want to throw and get the ball to them. So they could both get, 10 to 12 targets each in this game. I don't mind playing them again, both on the same roster.
So where are you at with George Holani? Because I have sprinkled him in a couple of DFS lineups, anticipating that if anybody is to spell Kenneth Walker and get some opportunity, potentially some red zone opportunity, I don't hate the idea of George Holani as the ultimate tertiary running back play who's not going to be very highly owned.
To not hurt your feelings, I think it's a terrible play. Like,
okay.
What's the upside? Like in like we're talking DraftKings. Like he's priced at 4K in DraftKings. So like again, it's way more complicated than this, but you really are looking to keep yourself on that 200 to 250 point pace. So in order to do that, like you got to get 20 points. Do you really see an avenue where this guy scores 3 touchdowns or gets you 100 yards and a touchdown? And what's he gonna see? 8 touches?
I think he sees a little bit more than that because I think that Kenneth Walker still needs to split carries, and this is a game where we can see a lot of Holani, especially down the stretch. If this game is a blowout, which I'm anticipating is going to be a blowout, I think the vast majority of the second half touches and opportunities will go Holani's way. So that's why I'm making that bet. But I respect your opinion.
Sure. You want a bold take?
Huh?
You want a bold take?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Seattle loses this week.
That's crazy.
At home to the Saints.
That's crazy.
Wow.
We haven't even gotten to that, but that's crazy. I love that. He's bringing the heat today. All right. Tyler says, Sleez will go first. He says, hey, I have this RB carousel. Shout out to Tyler with the Jack Black profile picture. Sick, man. I love Tenacious D. The carousel consists of Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Javonte, Monty. I also have Chubb and Mixon looking to upgrade to an RB1. Who would you package and who would you target PPR redraft? Sleez.
Oh, we got a lot of options here. A running back that I'm looking to target. I'm trying to buy low on the rookies right now because I do think they're going to pop, but I don't know if that's looking for your upgrade to an RB1. I would try and say, I guess a heavy target of mine, and Disco's going to love this, would probably be Kenneth Walker right now. And Kenneth Walker, you got Charbonnet out. I think when Charbonnet comes back, you'll still have the splits, but if I'm not moving Javonte Williams, and that's crazy to say, I would be willing to move ETN, Swift, or Monty, though, 100%, and Chubb and Mixon, all running backs I don't want. So I would try and package, ETN. You got him on a high right now. I don't like the Monty situation either. I don't like the Lions line. DeAndre Swift obviously gets work, but you saw last week when they get blown out, he plays 50% snaps. I'd package ETN and Monty and go get myself a K9. I bark at him.
What about you, Billy?
I don't think I would trade Javonte either. And I think of that group, if I'm trying to keep anybody else, it's probably ETN. I mean, I don't know that you can get much with Swift, Monty, Chubb. I mean, I don't think you're going to get anything for Mixon. I think that he's probably like an IR stash.
That's why I threw ETN in there. I was like, you're not going to get shit for these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know that you're getting anything for these, but yeah, I mean, I think Javonte. I mean, shit, I would trade ETN, Swift, and Monty for a better starter. Like, you don't need depth because those guys don't offer any depth. Like, Kyle Monangai might be on your waiver wire. Like, just go pick him up. He might have
Ashton Genty's a good buy low as well.
Who?
Genty's a good buy low as well.
Sure.
But, that's high ADP you're paying for. I don't know if they trade for that, but.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm comfortable packaging Travis Etienne and Javonte Williams for buy low targets right now. Some significant buy low targets for me, especially at the running back position. Two of them consist of Chase Brown. I think if you pair Travis Etienne and a Javonte to tier up and get a Chase Brown who is at an all-time low, but is at a value that I am comfortable taking him in at, I love that for you. And then Breece Hall is the same package I would go with. And then as for Swift and Monty, I'd play the matchup game with them and stagger that through. For Mixon, I don't think Mixon's going to play a single snap this entire year, so he's a great stash for next year. But I'm assuming this isn't a dynasty question. But thank you for swinging by, Tyler. Thank you for making us think. That was a fantastic question.
Wait a minute. Wait, before you go. I would go throw DeAndre Swift for RJ Harvey right now because I do not believe J.K. Dobbins is going to stay healthy. And
I just traded Travis Etienne for RJ Harvey straight up in Disco Ball Dynasty.
I mean, I want nothing to do with DeAndre Swift, and I'm a UGA fan living in Georgia. Like, I loved him in college. Not interested in him. And yeah, so I mean, this is a crazy. I mean, I would trade Swift for Kyle Monangai straight up. Like, that's probably like what you guys would think is a terrible take. I don't want to have to start Swift ever. Like,
yeah, no, it's bad.
I hear you. Yeah, that's how I feel about Kyron Williams personally. Weird week for DFS. Really enjoying trying different things in the Superflex 888 That's a Superflex. Good to know. Moni says choose one. Sorry, this is on X. Moni, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel and we'll prioritize your question here. Sorry. Bryce Tet this week. Yeah, that's going to be fire. I do like that combination, especially with AJ Terrell out. Boys, what's up, Desi Reyes over from X? Once again, once you ask your questions here, we'll answer each and every single one of them. You guys are coming in hard with the questions, and we're going to continue to prioritize these. He says, boys, Debo, Marvin Harrison Jr., T. Higgins, I'm assuming that's T. Higgins, Troy Franklin, got to start one PPR format. Appreciate y'all. I want to say that, Sleaze, you go first, and then Billy, then I'll end the plane on this one.
It drives me nuts that Troy Franklin's had one game and people start throwing him into this consideration, but here we are. I'm going Higgins still. I like the connection. I like that, Jake Browning's been there for a little bit, and I think it's going to be I don't know how much Carson Wentz is going to look good. The guy's old. He's learning the new system he's in. I think you see more Jordan Mason, so I like Higgins, and I'm going MHJ. I hate to say it, but I don't like Debo with the screen game of Cliff Kingsbury and Mariota versus the Raiders.
Billy?
Sleaze, you're cheating. It says pick one. You pick two.
Oh, Higgins. Sorry, Higgins. I thought you said 2. Higgins.
I'm probably going Debo. Like again, he gets rushes too. Like I just want guaranteed touches. Yeah, I think of this group, these are not 4 guys that I like, honestly, any of. Certainly not for DFS, but I think of the 4, I prefer Debo personally.
Vikings are just giving up so much to the wide receiver, though. I mean, it's what they do.
So I would say if you're going to swing for the fences here, your ceiling plays are between T. Higgins and a matchup that is going to be relatively plus because of how much they have to air it out and how unsuccessful they'll be on the ground against the Minnesota Vikings. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. has a fantastic plus matchup against the secondary for the San Francisco 49ers that do struggle. That is their only weakness. I thought they'd be a bad run D, but I've been wrong on that one. My analysis there was terrible. There goes the magic fingers again. As for Debo, he's a sell high candidate for me right now at this very moment. If you could tier up Debo and Troy Franklin because Sean Payton hates your fantasy football lineups, I would do that in a heartbeat. Guys I would be targeting are wide receivers like Devontae Adams, guys who we know that are going to be in high implied point total matchups where the air and out approach is going to be a priority. Like even a DJ Moore, I would try to get my hands on because Troy Franklin's one of those guys who I'm betting on being a one-hit wonder. But I was wrong about Quentin Johnston, 2 weeks in a row. We'll see if it's 3 weeks in a row. I don't think that Troy Franklin's going to do it again because that is a Russian roulette of a bunch of guys. And yeah, it could be Pat Bryant, it could be Cortland Sutton, could be Marvin Mims, could be RJ Harvey, could be J.K. Dobbins.
I mean,
it's
I've
definitely not going to be Evan
many
Ingram.
Franklin questions. It's crazy.
I know.
Troy Franklin, like, stop it. What?
Yo, what's up, guys? Good to see you, No Cap Mac. I hope you're doing well, brother. Shout out to you. Thanks for swinging by. Burger Boy says sit 1, DK, Egbuka, Mike Evans, PPR format. I'm sitting Mike Evans here, and I'll tell you why. Because DK is going to go absolutely nuclear without Christian Gonzalez being out there on the field. And the Patriots have been giving up almost the most fantasy production, yardage, chunk plays to opposing wide receivers. And this is a get-right game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need this win coming off of a pretty ugly loss. So I'm anticipating that this connection is going to feed a lot of families this weekend. And I'm a diehard Patriots fan, so it pains me to say that. Billy?
I mean, I'm not sitting DK for the same reason that you just listed. I think even though I'm expecting him to see Sauce Gardner, I think I'm playing Mike Evans here just because of the 2 lingering injuries that Egbuka has.
I agree.
I don't love either of them, to be candid. Either Tampa Bay wide receiver. Like I feel like this is a spot where you're going to see. I mean, it's tough because Tampa Bay's missing 3 offensive linemen, so like their run game may not be great either. But I feel like this is maybe a spot where you'll see, more out of their run game. Both backs, even Rachaad White, maybe get some more. With his his backfield chops. I think maybe you see more out of him. I personally, like my favorite play in this game, which is again sicko. We're literally just looking at DFS, is Sterling Shepard at 3,600. Like, I think this is a game that you see Sterling Shepard see 8 targets.
That is
call number 2.
That is wild. Hey man, you keep bringing it, and I know that I'm.
Please clip these, so on Monday you can play them back.
That's my Dontavian Wicks call.
I got you. I'm not going to clip them in case they miss, but if they hit, I'll remember to come back and go there for sure. Guys, I just checked. We are 17 subscribers away from the next milestone of 1,900. So if you are one of the 400 plus people watching us on X, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Help get us to that next milestone. We are going to be answering any and all of your questions for at least the next hour and a half, if that's okay with you, gentlemen. I'll be here for as long as you guys need me. And we'll also be live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time on the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel for Big Game Day Energy. And then at 11 a.m. Sleez.
Yep.
On the Sleez Bomb YouTube channel, you can catch us on both of those shows as well. All right, Maddie, and thank you, Burger Boy, for joining Disco Ball Nation. Maddie Ice joined on Thursday. Welcome to the community, sir. He says, lost Jaden in a few leagues. One league, I can replace him with Tyrod Taylor or Troy Franklin. Got to go with the quarterback if that's if always give the quarterback the lean unless it's
Troy
best ball.
Franklin, man.
It's wild, right? Second league, Darnold, Young, Mariota. I'm going to give the lean there personally to Darnold. Sleez, you're going to say Mariota. Billy, you're the tiebreaker.
Mariota.
Okay. Mariota is there. Third league, Stafford or Mariota. Stafford is getting the lean there. What are you guys going to say?
I'm going
Stafford here. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. So you got Tyrod Taylor, you got Marcus Mariota because I got beat there, and then you also got Stafford. Those are our answers. I saw that we just got.
I think let me go back to that tiebreaker. In the second question, I think I'm going Sam Darnold because this is like a regular season. This isn't 1 week. So, I'm expecting Jaden Daniels back in a week or two. And then if you go Mariota, you've got the same problem. And Sam Darnold may not be there next week. So I don't think there's a big separator, and I'd rather not have to make this decision again next week for you.
Got you. So as I said, we always prioritize the super chats. Tier 1 with the $1.99 super chat says Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt or Ramondre Stevenson. And this is how you get your question put to the top, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to give the lean to Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt because I feel like with Mariota, he's going to get a lot of volume. I know we haven't seen a lot of rushing production against the Raiders yet, but we will this week. Sleez, or Billy, then Sleez.
I think it's JCM too. I think you're kind of taking a little bit of I don't want to call it a leap of faith because we haven't seen it with JCM yet. But they traded away Brian Robinson in the offseason. Austin Eckler out. You could see a 3-headed monster out of that backfield. But I don't think so. I think they've just talked up JCM. I think that you're going to see 12 to 15 touches feels fair. Obviously, there's a little more upside to that. Ramondre Stevenson, I just don't know. There's just so much uncertainty with that Patriot backfield. So, to me, I would lean JCM.
Uncertainty for the Patriots. At least you're getting your starting guy. We don't know how JCM is going to play out. I'm taking Ramondre Stevenson here all day. The Steelers run D versus opposing man gap concepts for you, Disco. 7.67 yards per carry allowed, 66.7% success rate, second highest in the NFL. And Ramondre Stevenson runs 61% of his snaps in the man gap.
Yeah, I'm going to say Travion Henderson doubles Ramondre Stevenson's production this week just based off of reception upside. That's the bet I'm making. Thank you once again,
Please
Tier 1.
Travion loose. Let's all just put a moment of silence. Please.
Yeah. AJ Terrell out. Yes, sir. Absolutely, Willie. And once again, thank you again, Tier 1 for the super chat. Those always get prioritized, guys. Sell high on Igbuka. I have Godwin. No, you don't sell high on Igbuka because we haven't seen him at his ceiling yet, I believe, personally. Do you guys think that we've seen Igbuka at his ceiling yet?
Don't sell him.
No,
hold.
Me neither.
He's a hold for me.
Yeah. Michael Jordan flu game equals Jackson Smith and Jigba tomorrow. I love that, George. I love that so much. Shout out to George. JSN is fine. I agree. JSN is fine. Hussein says, what's up? What's up is you're not here on the YouTube side, Goats. Get over on the YouTube side, man. Yo, my guys, Sleez having a hard time starting Wicks over Hollywood in a must-win situation this week. Sleez, this is a question for you from Sean.
Oh my gosh, he's having a hard time starting Wicks over Hollywood in a must-win situation this week. With the news of Xavier Worthy being out, I think your safer play is Hollywood. So I'll give you that, Sean. When we were talking about it, I thought Xavier Worthy would be out there, but I do like Wicks for 8+ targets in this game. I like that you're going to be the X wide receiver out there. They'll shift in Golden a lot, and no one runs on Cleveland, man. You saw the Ravens up 20 points and couldn't use King Henry to run the ball. So I think it's going to be an air attack crazy for the Packers. Wicks is also a deep sleeper call. So it's not like Hollywood's safer, bro. Hollywood's safer. I just like Wicks for an anytime touchdown this week.
All right, we got another super chat right here.
Moet, my guy. What's up, brother?
Yeah, Moet Mills says 2-0 on a ride. Dak, CD, K9, Ferg, or Laporta. ATL or Minnesota defense. So it's Laporta for me. He's my tight end 1 on the week. And thanks again, Moet Mills, for the super chat of $4.99. And then Atlanta Falcons or Minnesota defense. I'm giving the lean to the Atlanta Falcons, even with AJ Terrell out. I just love what they're doing with the pass rush there. They can make anybody in the secondary look good and take away the ball because they're just keeping everything in front of them because quarterbacks are not going to be able to buy time because of those two bookends. What do you guys think here? Ferguson or Laporta?
Man, it's hard because I like Ferg a lot, but this is the Laporta matchup.
Yeah.
This is too good to sit Laporta here. I mean, if there's anything that Detroit gets crushed at, it's the tight end position. And this is a high implied point total game. I agree with you there. I love Ferg though too. You're not in a bad spot.
Yeah. I mean, that's also a high implied point total game. What about you, Billy?
And I'm going ATL defense.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I don't want to put so many eggs in one basket. Even though I love the game on regular, not on DFS with Dak and CD already. I don't know. I want to roll out there with Ferg where if Dallas does have a little bit of a tougher game where maybe the scores come through Javonte, like you're missing 3 spots on your roster. So I think here I'm probably leaning. I mean, I prefer Laporta, but I think that would be a tiebreaker for me if I thought they were a little closer. I don't mind Atlanta. I don't mind Minnesota. I can make it a clean sweep and say we all like Laporta. We all like Atlanta.
Okay. I like that. Thanks again, Moet Mills. Appreciate you. Who Hames, I see you in the chat. Who, if you want to jump on, just give us the word, brother. Love to have you on. All right, sit one. Higgins, Dobbs, or Ramondre. Billy, I'll let you go first here. You got to sit one between these. I'm assuming it's PPR format.
I don't think it's Ramondre, even though I think there's some uncertainty there. I think it's probably Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Sleez.
I'm assuming that's T. Higgins, right? Yeah, I'm gonna.
What other Higgins is there?
Jaden.
Oh,
I'm gonna sit Dobbs.
No one would ask that.
I like Dobbs as a flex play though, but I'm gonna say sit Dobbs.
Sleez, thank you for the 5 gifted, by the way. All right, so unanimously, Jay Lorden, we're saying sit Dobbs, even though he's a fantastic floor play. Like if you need the floor play and you feel like you're ahead, say you had like a Kincaid and a James Cook in your lineup, then I would give the lean to Dobbs over Ramondre personally. But if you need to shoot for the ceilings and compete, then Dobbs is definitely the guy you want to sit here. I think you can get minimum 7 to 8 fantasy points from Dobbs PPR format. I'd be surprised if JSN isn't out there Sunday. I agree. What's up, brothers? What's up, Who's Goats? Welcome in. Aaron D over on the X side, brother. We will answer you 100% here over. Oh, this is the guy who asked us about.
What's up, Craig?
Kincaid. Good to see you, Craig. Frosty, Warren, or Pollard PPR? I'm giving the lean to Pollard. Billy, I'm assuming you're doing the same.
Yeah, but it's closer than I think. It's pretty close.
If they keep him on a snap share, it's that's what they've updated. It's definitely Pollard.
Yeah, and I think this is your sell high window after this week for Tony Pollard. I wouldn't be shocked if he's a top 5 running back this week with his upside. Once again, I bet on him scoring 2 touchdowns. So yeah, I like him a lot. Craig Nelson,
Titans running backs. Here's a stat off the top of my head. I've seen 41 touches so far through 2 weeks. How many are not Tony Pollard of 41?
10%.
Less.
But he's played 89% of snaps. So I was just taking the snap share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even when other guys are on the field, they're not touching the ball. It's kind of like Zamir White of that situation. I love
Chestnut
that.
has 2 touches. No one else has a touch through 2 games out of 41.
Ace Brown.
Yikes. London
5,700. Just I know this isn't a DraftKings show, but
I
don't understand why no one is talking about him. I don't understand. Like everybody's going to play Mason.
You look at my rankings, I have Pollard up there. I definitely have Pollard up there. So I love that call, Billy. I love that a lot. I wish I had DraftKings here so I could do the DraftKings stuff. I'm stuck on Owner's Box, Superflex DFS, which is really fun. If you guys want to join the DFS, sign up on Owner's Box using promo code DISCO to double your first deposit up to $1,000 on Owner's Box Fantasy, and it is available in Ontario, Canada. But I've just been so hooked on the drafters slates. It's been incredible. Craig Nelson says London or Lad PPR. Horn will be stuck to London. I'm guessing Surtain will be on one of the outside guys. Based off of alignment, do you guys know off the top of your head who has been playing the vast majority of the slot snaps for the Los Angeles trio of wide receivers? And we're going to talk about trio. I'm talking about the ones who have been in the box score predominantly.
Quentin Johnson's been almost 100% outside, and it's been Ladd and Keenan Allen playing slot snaps. I think this is a week that you'll see them try to get Ladd more in the slot. and away from Surtain. He's not going to play every snap outside or in the slot, but yeah, I mean, I think QJ probably sees the most of Surtain this week out of any of the 3 wide receivers. And yeah, like Sleez was saying, I think this is a spot like, again, like past performance is not indicative of future outcomes. But if you look at the last couple of games, Atlanta has just literally run for like 250 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to be a running show. So to me, I don't feel like I want to force Drake London here. I'd rather go Ladd.
Yeah, I think Ladd is the right answer. Sleaze, you're with Ladd.
Yeah, JC Horn's making a name for himself, man, with locking down corners. So,
well, I mean, his dad made it the name for himself first. So my brother Sleazeball, I know you answered this yesterday, but I want to pick the brain out of Disco and the other guy. His name is Stat ATL Billy. He's not the other guy. He's one of the smartest guys. Sorry, I don't know. It's fine. Should I start Tucker Craft or Ferguson? Full PPR, it's Tucker Craft. What about you, Billy?
I think this is closer than you think.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going Ferguson here. I don't like Craft with the injury. Yeah,
I don't love the Tucker Craft injury, just like Sleaze said, and I would prefer the 51-point game total.
Okay, I respect it. How was the pickleball tourney, old man Sleaze?
Rough, tired, man.
That's enough talk about pickleball on this show. Clint, does Browning score more week 3 fantasy points than Knicks and Hurts? Great question. No, he does not. He does not outscore Hurts, and I don't think he outscores Knicks. I think we need to see a little bit more Knicks just based off of the situation of the matchup. So I'm going to say no, but I think he's going to throw for a heck of a lot, but he's also going to throw for a heck of a lot of interceptions. Sleaze is sleazing.
Dude, he's got a chance. I'm not saying that it will, but it's not like it's not possible. He has a chance.
Yeah. Gotcha. Billy?
I'm gonna echo Sleaze here. It's certainly not the betting favorite, but it's possible. I would rank them from right to left. I'd go Hurts, Knicks, Browning. Like if I had to choose.
Why are we still ranking Hurts so high? Can you please explain this to me?
Push.
Exactly. Rushing scores. He's going to score.
It's fantasy football.
I get it. He's going to throw for 150 yards and one touchdown, but he's also going to rush for 40 and get a rushing score. So
and
he's going to score 18 to 20 points.
I love that you said that because one of my favorite props is his longest rush on Drafters Fantasy Sports and his rushing yards. If you guys want to sign up, get a Pick'em ticket. We are going to build 2 Pick'em tickets exclusively for this YouTube stream. Both of them could potentially 100x your Dollaruski. So if you guys want your first bet on us or your first 2 bets on us, sign up on Drafters using promo code DISCO to double your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. We have hit these in the past on this show. So we haven't done it so far this year, but we also took last week off. May or Indiana Jones 4-point passing touchdown. Fuck, I hate these options because both of these quarterbacks I'm lower than consensus on. I'm going to give the lean to Drake May because I feel like we're going to see Indiana Jones turn back into Danny Pesos and be in the waiver wire discussion. What about you, gentlemen?
I prefer
Danny Dimes, baby. Ride the lightning. Vanilla Vic. Fire him up.
Vanilla Vic. Yikes. What about you, Billy? What'd you say?
I prefer Drake May.
Okay. Get the F out of here with that Hawks slander. He doesn't like that you think the Seahawks are going to lose. Yikes. No, Christopher Adams says Saints actually aren't horrible. What would you say, Sleaze?
Craig was in here. We were talking Niners Seahawks. Remember?
Gotcha. Saints actually aren't horrible. I can see them getting the W this week. I would say I'm very impressed with Spencer Rattler not being terrible. He's better than bad. Kevin Duarte, good to see you, buddy. Maxime Bulliot, that's a Frenchman from Quebecois. Please come over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. I'll gladly answer all of your questions. We are so close to our next milestone of 1,900 subscribers, so head on over, please. Stephen McMahon says, hi, gents. Would you take... No, I'm not going to answer that because that's another one on X. I caught myself. Stephen McMahon, please come over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel, smash the subscription. It's free, and ask a question here with the rest of the community because it is completely free. It costs you nothing. It just helps us out a heck of a lot. It's a 2 QB and 2 flex. Ooh, good to know, Willie. TB Two Stream says, for PPR, who's a better flex start between Golden, Henderson, and Mooney? It's always going to be Golden for me. I think it's Golden for Sleez. Billy, where are you at?
So how I like to do these type of hypotheticals in this type of situation is if you're on ESPN or Yahoo, and this is like a standard type league, look at the projections. If you are projected to win by 10, 15 points, don't take the risk, in my mind, that is Matthew Golden. Go for safer floor. However, if you're projected to lose by 15 points, I think Golden offers you the most upside. He could be a 0. Shit, we've seen him be a 0. But that's how I would look at that. I think take a look at where you're projected to be and make your decision on that.
I love that advice. Very sound advice. Sleez, you're leaning Golden regardless, right?
I think it's Golden Week.
Okay. Do you think QJ has the same success? I didn't think he'd have any success whatsoever. So I'm saying no. Thumbs down from you. Billy, what about you, Sleez?
Man, I mean, I guess we're here. I don't trust it still, but I guess we're here. This guy could go for 20 again. Herbert's cannon he's lighting it up. I saw an interesting tweet where he plays 82% of the snaps. He averages like 14 fantasy points a game, and that's what he's done.
I think he's just going to get sacrificed this week on the outside to Surtain. Like, I'm not saying I don't like him in future weeks. I think this is just a week not to chase what you've seen the first 2 weeks.
If I'm betting on game script, and I like to bet on game script, what's up, Jerry Bagshaw? My lean is we see the run game be a major thing here, because like Denver's run defense has not been good. They've been closer to bad. All right, Trill Sebi with the $1.99 super chat, so bump him all the way to the top. He says start 1, Hendo, Ao Manor, Hunter, Tillman, and defense Atlanta or Indiana. So I'm going to say I don't hate the Alec Ao Manor start at all. I think Travis Hunter is a very interesting start, but I don't know if he's going to be playing a lot of corner due to injuries or if he's going to be playing a lot of wide receivers. I do like the wide receiver 2 situation for the Jacksonville Jaguars this upcoming week. That is a lean for me. I think Hendo's your ceiling, Ao Manor is your floor, but Tillman's been better than bad, and I'm giving Atlanta the lean. Billy, what about yourself?
I think it's Atlanta on the defense between the two.
Yes.
And I think of the 4 in a vacuum, I prefer Alec. Maybe that's just my best ball leans and where I like there. I think that if you have to have a ceiling outcome, I think it's Hendo.
Just let the man loose. I want to say Hendo, but I think your safe play is Tillman. I hate to say it. I want to say Henderson with all my heart, but Tillman's got back-to-back touchdowns. He's got back-to-back volume of 8 targets a game. That's what I'm looking for. Ao Manor's obviously eaten, but that's because Ridley's been the focal point of the first 2 weeks, and he finally gets some room to breathe here. So I think it's going to be a lesser game for Ao this week. I'd go Tillman just because the Packers could smash him and you're passing 45 attempts a game.
I respect it. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the dream. What's up, Jerry Bagshaw? Let's go, says Moet Mills. Once again, man, I appreciate you for the super. Hit that like button, y'all. Please do so. We everywhere. I need another ring. Let's go, buddy. We got you. I love when the guys we helped win a ring come back. It's so nice.
What's that guy I want to get drinks with for some reason? I just know it.
Trent is that guy for me, but Moet after today, I want to meet him at the Fantasy Football Expo and turn up. I've like decided I'm only going to start drinking once again at the Expo. That's the only drinking spot. That's where I break my sobriety every year moving forward. Sup, fam? What's up, Who Hames? Guys, do me a favor. Take a minute to go support my guy, one of the greatest people on the planet, one of the greatest beards. We have 596 people watching. This guy's so close to 500 subscribers. He is a phenomenal best ball drafter. He's been crushing these DFS streets, both on Drafters and on Underdog. Go check him out. Who Hames on YouTube. He's fantastic. Please give him a look. Let him know Disco sent you, all right? Disco and the boys. Defense ATL or Minnesota ATL, Moet. All right, Lonely Stoner 401 says 12-team PPR, sit 1, Chase, Flowers, London,
Jesus.
or JSN. Yikes. Like, which Chase? Jesus.
Trade one of them for a running back.
Yeah, I would say that my lean for the sit here is probably Drake London, and that sounds terrible to say,
I mean,
especially with 4 different wide receivers finding the end zone, and none of them were Zay Flowers last week.
that's absolute nails from Billy. Look at your running back situation. Look at your wide receiver situation.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Kyren, Scat, Hendo.
Yeah,
Obviously, all of us want Hendo to pop. You're not trading him, but you need to tear up at running back for sure.
yeah,
I agree. I'm sitting London because the run game.
yeah. And then start 2 running backs. Well, you have to start Kyron and you have to start Scat. Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean,
well, he does have Algier.
I would say Algier's interesting. I would throw that out
Yeah,
there.
I would lean Kyron and Algier over Scat. That's how I have them
Mhm.
ranked out. I didn't see Algier until last second. What about you, Billy?
Yeah, I mean, you can't sit Chase or JSN. I think it's 50-50 between London and Flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers is a target.
I think I'm sitting London. Like at that Ravens Lions game, I think I like Flowers in that. I just more upside. And then start 2 running backs. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you could sit Kyron Williams at this point yet. And I mean, the rest of your running back pool is what they say at the Asian restaurant, the poo-poo plata.
It's a poo-poo platter. It's so bad. Don't want that. It's not good at all, okay? Bad running back room. This guy is never going to come back because I'm making fun of his running backs.
I don't hate the Tyler Algier call there. I mean, I don't like anyone. I don't even really like Kyron. I mean, to me, this is a situation where you take Kyron and Zay Flowers and you pair them together to try to get a better running back than Kyron, and then you take like Drake London and Scat or Hendo or Algier, and you try to get another better running back because you're not sitting Jamar Chase or JSN based on this early season, and your running backs are god awful. Like, there are wide receivers on the waiver wire who are decent picks that you could play during those bye weeks that'll give you some. Like, you can't sit one of those 4 guys every week and have to start this ridiculous running back room.
And his last question here, and I'll answer this for all of us because I think it's unanimous here. He says, which running back do I need to drop for tight end? He's got Evan Ingram out. I'm going to say Brian Robinson Jr. is the right answer there. Jerry Backshot says Pacheco, Benson, or Najee. I'm going Pacheco, even though I absolutely hate him. But he's the only one with a really good matchup this week out of all of them. I think Najee has a good matchup, but he doesn't have the vast majority of the touches. This needs to be a Pacheco week and then sell high right after that, Jerry. A Lonely Stoner says, looking to trade for RB since I'm heavy at wide receiver. Which should I trade? Chase? Well, they already answered that for you, Lonely Stoner. So great for that.
I think if it's not a Pacheco week, and I've heard someone else say this, so I can't take full credit for this. I think if it's not a Pacheco week, you have to go and be proactive and go put Rashad Smith on your bench. Like, if Pacheco can't do it against the Giants, it's going to be somebody else in the next couple of weeks. If they start out, they're like 2-4 or something, the Chiefs here, who are now 0-2. Like, if they are not smashing the Giants, if they don't get this turned around, it's got to be Rashad Smith later in the year.
All right, guys, I hate to keep checking this, and holy shit, we got 35 people watching us. Please smash a like. We are literally 4 subscribers. 4 of you people watching us on X. If you guys head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel, we are 4 subscribers away from our next milestone of 1,900 subscribers, which is wild to me because I believe we were at 75 before this. So, guys, please head over here, smash the subscription, keep helping the dream come true. And smash a like. Make sure you guys vote and put a question in here, guys. This is what we're here for. I mean, I can't speak for both of these guys, but as long as there's fantasy football questions tonight, I'm going to be answering each and every single one of them. Okay, and I'll be up bright and early tomorrow for you guys as well with up to the minute news and last minute. And that stream link is already up as well, so you guys could go ahead and turn the bell notifications on there. Yes, Sam, brother, got you. Who's Goats? Stat, how you feeling about your drafters team so far? Says Rabona King.
So far so good. So I will give us a shout out since it got pulled up by Willie earlier in the stream when he was talking Superflex. I did plenty of drafts with both of you guys, and kind of the strategy that I was a big proponent of was pushing quarterbacks
late. Yep.
Taking those quarterbacks late. And man, like I've got 14% of Marcus Mariota. I've got like 5 or 6% of Jake Browning. And these are teams that started off with like smash plays. So I don't know. It's a big proponent of my co-host Mike Johnson and I were big proponents of. I think going into this week, I had like 6 teams in the top 200. Mike was my co-host, was first and third in the Superflex with the same exact strategy. So yes, I'm feeling good about it. I like all of these quarterback injuries.
I love that. I love that for you. Half PPR, AO Manor, or I just like that the injuries are going to guys who I literally said these guys are going to get hurt. Like Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow. I literally said these guys are going to get hurt. And as for JJ McCarthy, I literally said he's going to suck camel dick. So I hate that these guys are hurt, but these are guys who
Hey, JJ McCarthy still has double the points that Jalen Hurts
He's
does.
played 8 quarters of football, and he's been fucking horrendous in 7 of them. Let's be real.
He's also a rookie. I'll give him a little bit of runway.
He gets no grace. The way people were comparing him to saying he's better than Jaden Daniels, better than he's not even better than Carson Wentz at this point. Maybe Carson Wentz is a better situation.
But who has more passing yards, Hurts or McCarthy?
Doesn't matter who has more wins and who's actually been a legitimate quarterback. Yeah,
just wanted to throw it out there.
That's fine. Yards don't translate to good football. At the end of the day, the goal of playing football.
Moving the chains helps good football, though.
I know we're in the fantasy football industry, but the thing that defines good football and good football teams is wins at the end of the day. So I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is lighting it up by any means, because that's a fantastic stat, but just because he has good passing yardage in comparison to somebody who doesn't have to pass the ball and still is locking and wins, it's a bad argument. Mo Diesel says half PPR, AO Manor or Pittman. I'm giving the lean to Pittman here. It's a plus matchup. What about you guys?
Easy.
Okay. Moet Mill says, much love always. As always, let's get this 3-0. Welcome, Billy. Welcome to the family. Can't today. Thanks, though, brother. Always, man. Always. We got you. Who do you prefer in full PPR, Kraft, Pitts, or Hawkinson? So I'm going to give the lean to Tucker Kraft, but I will say I have a weird obsession with Kyle Pitts if I'm not going with Darnell Mooney. So Kraft, I think, is unanimous here. And he said, for the flex position, do you prefer A.J. Brown or Pickens? Pickens is my lean this week, but it could be the A.J. Brown week. But Pickens is my lean just because of the game script. What about you guys? Full PPR, Sleez, Kraft, Pitts, or Hawkinson, and then pick one, Pitts or Pickens for the Brown or Pickens for the flex.
I mean, Pitts has just an amazing matchup, but I don't think they're going to pass much again. I actually like Carson Wentz to bring back TJ Hawkinson to life here in this matchup versus the Bengals.
Yeah. My lean for TJ Hawkinson is he needs to be guarded by the 3rd best defensive back, not the 2nd best defensive back. And I think that will be unlocked once Jordan Addison comes back next week. So,
and then it's Pickens for me.
Yeah. I'm okay sitting Hawkinson and having him have a wonderful fantasy football game on my bench if I give the lean to Kraft or Pitts. And then you said Pickens as well?
Yep. I mean, Kraft guys is not even a question anymore. He's superstar talent at this point. Yeah. He looks great.
What about you, Billy?
Yeah, probably Kraft. I mean, I don't love the injury situation, but I think you're still going there if he's if he's starting this week. And then I mean, I think you just got to lean into the matchup with Pickens between the two. I mean, I think I'm kind of curious if you've got AJ Brown and Pickens on your bench, who are your other 2 wide receivers? Like if you've got 2 wide receivers with those guys, trade one of them and get something better at running back probably.
Troy Franklin and Quentin Johnston. That's probably who it is. I have Swift. Who should I be targeting in trades? The RJ Harvey, Travion Henderson owners. Those are the guys who I would start with initially. I think that's where you get equal value.
I think you have to wait till after this week, though. I don't think you're going to get his value now.
No.
Swift.
Tab Tracy says Swift or Pollard. This week it's Pollard, and I think that's unanimous for all 3 of us. It's 3 ? 3 what? Who Hames? RB DeAndre Swift or Dave Montgomery, tight end Tyler Warren or Jawan Johnson. I'm going to give the lean to DeAndre Swift for the high implied point total and game script. Obviously, Detroit has the higher implied point total, but David Montgomery does not have a plus matchup on the interior portion of the runs where he finds his success. So I'm giving the lean to Swift, especially if it's PPR format, Will Hayes. And then tight end, I'm going to lean with Tyler Warren, even though Juwan Johnson's been unreal. What about you, gentlemen?
Juwan Johnson is going to be tight end 1 this week, guys. Get ready for it. The usage is insane in the slot. Seattle struggles versus tight end heavy. And they got Tyler Warren on a snap count according to the updates. Obviously, I still love Tyler Warren as a start. And I don't like DeAndre Swift or David Montgomery, but I'm going to agree with Disco. If I had to pick one, I'm going Swift for the high implied points of the game. Hoping the Bears don't get blown out and bench him. But he is coming off injury too. So, I mean, Montgomery's touchdown upside's higher.
Yeah. What about you, Billy?
Man, I don't like either, but I'm going to lean David Montgomery because I feel like he's got the higher implied touchdown odds. And then at tight end, I mean, I love your Juwan Johnson call. I mean, that will certainly help the Saints beat the Seahawks this week if Juwan Johnson has a huge game. I mean, I think that that Tyler Warren has also been incredible this year. So I think
he's so good.
I think that both are awesome options. I mean, I think this is a spot where I would lean Tyler Warren, even though I love Juwan Johnson. But I think this is a spot where you could lean into Juwan Johnson and say, I'm willing to roll the dice that he's going to be elite this year and trade Tyler Warren. Because you're going to have that same decision every week.
Juwan Johnson's usage is through the goddamn roof right now. And Kellen Moore's offense, he plays the slot too. I mean, it's crazy. He's probably the best waiver wire pickup of the year at this point.
You know what else is crazy? We're supposed to go through all 6. We were supposed to go through all 16 games, and we've been in here for an hour and 6 minutes. We've had so many questions. 633 people watching us both on YouTube and X. Shout out to you guys. Generally appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. We haven't looked at a single game yet, but we're going to do the games rapid fire because I believe I believe we're close to catching up with the chat, and we're always going to prioritize answering your questions because that is more important than anything. And I'm so grateful, and I know both of these guys are so grateful that you guys trust us with your fantasy football dilemmas, and hopefully we can help you guys get over the hump. All right, peanut butter jelly time. My man, I love this guy. I generally do. He says, I may be losing it in my old age, but it feels like Baker remembering who Cade Otton is weak. The only way I believe that they'll remember who Cade Otton is in that offense is if there's an injury to any of the 2 main wide receivers and they miss time. So if Igbuka goes down with an injury, I think we could see Otton boom. Mike Eusius, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel, and I will gladly answer. And all 3 of us will take the time to answer all of your fantasy football questions, sir. We are just self-promoting on X. Eventually, we're going to stop working on X, but it's nice to see all of you guys come on over and support the community. So I would love to answer your question. Just do me the solid. It's free. It costs you nothing. Come over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Same thing with you, Mike Gelmini over on X. Come over to the Big Draft Energy
He
YouTube
came in.
channel.
He's Jellyman29. That's my boy.
Oh, he is?
What's up, Jelly?
Sweet.
Yep.
Hayden C. Bill says PPR start Start 2 Mason, Marvin, Pickens. It's Mason and Pickens for me. Let's try to get through the rest of these ones quick, rapid fire. Which one's for you, Sleez?
Agree.
Same.
Agree.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so he asked the same question here, Matt Jumini.
Yeah, I'm going
Bo Nix.
So Bo Nix still.
Okay. Well, welcome to the community, buddy. Thank you for supporting. Johnny Blaze, sick name, fucking insane name. I have legit 12 tough question. I have Hunter Renfrow in my flex, but I have Wicks and Travis Hunter as well. I'm feeling Renfrow for the start. Thoughts? No, absolutely not. If you need the ceiling, go Travis Hunter, like stat Billy alluded to earlier. If you're playing from behind and you need the ceiling play, that is Travis Hunter. If you need the floor, I think Wicks gives you a safe enough floor. So that's my answer between the two, and I think that these gentlemen would also agree. What do you think, Sleez?
It's Wicks anytime touchdown day. I like Wicks this week.
I think it's Wicks no matter the situation. For me.
I like Wicks.
Okay. There you go. All right. We got this one. Thanks again, Trill Hilby. Sebi, what the hell? Nathan Boyd says, hey guys, half PPR start 2, Evans, Ladd, K9, Tet. K9 100%. And then I'm going to, it's a toss up between Tet and Ladd. Yeah, I'm going to say Kenneth Walker 100%. And then I'm going to go with Ted or McMillan. Those are my 2.
Okay, maybe it's not tough. Maybe we all have the same.
Yeah, a half PPR, I got to lean with a touchdown upside and who I have scoring a touchdown or with the higher
agreed.
probabilities. So it's unanimous there, Nathan. Good luck and welcome to the community, brother. Craig Nelson says, any of these three worth an IR stash?
Yes.
If yes, which priority?
All three.
Ayuk or Reed? Not Reed, because Reed looks like he.
Yeah,
so
not Reed.
if one was to take the priority amongst all of those, it's the guy who has immediate impact when he's back, which is Tajay Spears. As for Ayuk or Reed, I think they're all good holds, but I would lean the guy who's coming back sooner, and that's going to be Jaden Reed. Next question, Stephen McMahon. You disagree, Billy?
I think you
I think Ayuk carries the most value. I think Ayuk carries the most value.
I think Reed carries the least value.
Yeah, Reed carries the least.
Agreed. Yeah,
he just said it wrong on accident. He didn't. He was going.
Okay.
No, I meant to say Reed has the least value. Okay. So if
that's why I was shaking my head.
You were speeding to it fast. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I always I have one brain fart every hour. It is expected with all the concussions I've gotten from my football career. So bear with me. Thank you,
buddy. You do a great job. I host a show too. It's tough to host.
Hey man, I'm just grateful to have a show and such an incredible community of wonderful people, man. Stephen McMahon says, just made the leap from X to the YouTube. Thank you. Genuinely grateful, man. So if a healthy Justin Fields is available, would you take him rest of the season over Bo Nix? Many thanks. Sleez, get your guy. Fields is your guy.
I'm going Fields still if he's healthy and he's out there.
Billy?
Fields has a chance to break fantasy football every single week that Nix does not.
Yeah. But Fields also has a chance to break his body every single week he's out there.
I know. That's the scary part. Nix is a safer play for sure.
Okay, we agree there. I think Nix is the safer play.
Yeah.
I think if your team is weak and you've got to take some shots at upside, it's Fields. But if the rest of your roster is strong, which it probably is if you waited to take Justin Fields or Bo Nix as your starting quarterback, I'd rather have kind of the safer play at quarterback would be my option.
Well, but here's the thing with Bo Nix being a safer play. I don't think he's a fucking good safe play anymore. I think that he's
rough.
Struggling. It's rough out there. So I'm going to give the lean to Justin Fields here.
Because Troy Franklin to the rescue, baby. Don't you know? Come on.
Fuck that. J.K.
Fields also isn't healthy, so this is hypothetical.
Yeah, I know. Hell yeah. We family now. Y'all was instrumental in my ring season. We got a link 100%, man. Just meet us at the Fantasy Football Expo. We'll be there and we'll be shit-faced at George's. Much love at Big Draft Energy. Appreciate you, Who Hames. We got you already, Jelly. Man, we said Bo Nix for sure. Still struggling to pick two of Brees, JCM, Hampton, or Ridley. Full PPR. I'm giving the lean to Brees and Ridley in full PPR. Do you guys disagree?
It's Brees for sure.
I agree. I don't, dude. JCM, the hype. I'm not buying it. Raiders run D is good. I don't know how that room's gonna look. Hampton has been struggle bus. So I mean, and can't make it make sense in a Harbaugh Chargers offensive line run scheme. I'm going.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see 5 rookie running backs in the top 10 this week.
Because Ollie Gordon started it off.
No, I don't think he's going to be a top 10 guy, but I just feel the situation. One of those get right weeks. It's kind of like international tight end week. It's international rookie running back week. Every one of them is going to find the fucking end zone.
Brees and Ridley.
Okay, Brees and Ridley. Sleez?
Yep, I agree. Yep.
Okay, and then we got another super, so we're going to prioritize that. Scroll down. All right, he says, what's our consensus for AJ Brown rest of the season with another $4.99 donation? God bless you. I appreciate you, man. He says, I got Rasheed in the cut, waiting for week 7, free Rasheed. CD plus Rasheed equals ring. I don't hate that, man. I really don't hate that. What's the consensus for AJ Brown rest of the season? So I'll let you in on a little secret, and this is why I kind of have a little bit more faith in AJ Brown moving forward. Not immediate, but it's inevitable in my opinion. And I generally do believe this is inevitable, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Coming into this season, I think unanimously we all said we cannot expect Saquon to continue getting the touches that Saquon's been getting without getting hurt. It's not consistent. And he's been consistently getting even more work, if not, equal amounts, if not more work than he did start of last season. I don't want to bet on a Saquon injury, but if that does happen, God forbid, AJ Brown to the freaking moon, because the rest of the running backs are not going to be able to carry that workload, and they're going to need to air it out. But that is very contingent of an injury, and if anybody can hurdle the injury bug for the back who led the league in touches the year prior, and the guy who's on the Madden cover, and the guy who has all the New York Giants fans hating his fucking guts because he went and won a Super Bowl against the divisional rival, it is Saquon Barkley. He might reverse hurdle all the curses. With that being said, AJ Brown sucks right now. Fuck him. Like I hate that team. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't think you can trade AJ Brown right now. You're not going to get anything for him. So,
no.
I mean, I think you just kind of have to. I think you have to ride it out. I don't think he's a guy I want to start, but I think that you can't trade him right now. You're not going
to. If he goes over 25 this week, which I think is another plus matchup
I'll give
scenario.
You 50. You give me one if he doesn't.
What?
I said we'll do a 5 to 10 bet. He's not going for 25 this week.
No, but very small if he does, sell high immediately to the highest bidder. I don't care if it's a full Twinkie.
I think with the Eagles, and it's not just, I'm not going to say that I called it before the season like that, but I think they have the game script. They have the too high zone. They know how to stop this offense, and you're seeing it with both teams, and they both used it back to back, and they don't have an answer for it.
Give me a 3x1 set or pre-snap motion where they're 2x2.
Yeah, they do nothing.
It's 2x2 mirrored route concepts, and it's so junior varsity. It's pathetic. And just as a person who played football at a very high level, this is not very high level football coaching. It's just like, we're going to do what we do, and we're going to run the football, and we're going to make sure that we understand if you're stacking the box, we could throw to the under, and we can only read this and know that.
I think Dallas Goedert should play this week.
Oh, yeah, Goddard's going to be a plus for sure. But Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, both of them could find the end zone in a game that I believe. I think the over-under is 43.5. I think it should be way higher. I think this is going to be a shootout, and I think we're going to see the LA Rams win. Stephen McMahon says, evening, gents, just made the leap from X to YouTube. If healthy fields, we got that one already. Okay. Got to choose 3 of these. Chubb, Allen. Which Allen? Keenan Allen or Braylon Allen?
Keenan.
Is that Javonte or Jameson?
That's Javonte. Javonte's a must-start, Jelly.
Agreed.
Samson or Quentin Johnson, which 3 are you taking? Half PPR. Oh, half PPR.
Keenan Allen, Javonte, Quentin. We're riding the lightning, baby.
No, I'm not going with Quentin again. I'm going
the first 3, personally.
Yeah. I think Chubb has a plus matchup against a terrible rush defense that we've seen in the past. So
I just don't want to start 2 Chargers from wide receivers.
Yeah.
Certainly if one of them isn't Lad McConkey.
I'm with you, Billy. I'm with you. Jellyman sent you a DM on Sleeper. Who sent it to who? Okay, another super.
Yeah.
Another super. So we're just you guys are hella generous today. God bless you. We're just
buddy, I'm happy to bring the money along.
This is all you, Billy. Max Label with the $4.99 super says trade AJ Brown and Jalen Warren for Roma Dunze and Ken Walker. Absolutely.
Don't go run right now and say
no.
I like PPR format too. Hell yeah, absolutely smash that trade. Kenneth Walker, somebody who I'm all in on. I love that for you, Max, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. It really does. It's crazy that you guys are so supportive and so helpful. Thank you. All right, where did we leave off? Okay. I got it started somewhere. We'll find it. It's George's chat. Okay. Now if only I can find that. We got it. Okay. Charlie says, "What up, fellas? How are we feeling about Hawkinson? Feeling nervous starting him with
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Sleez makes a good point. Yeah. Sleez makes a good point. I don't think it's a bad start for you. I think it's somebody that you should be okay starting. All right.
Agreed.
Let's Frank Nunez says, let's go. Thanks for the membership. Is JSN out?
No.
If JSN's out, Judkins, Sampson, Purcell, or Fannin. If he's out, which I don't think he's going to be out, but if he's out, it's Purcell. Yeah. Would you pick up Fields to put on IR? My QB is Dak. I don't know how long you'll be able to have him on IR. how
If
many
your IR
situations.
can do out players, yeah. Usually IR, most of my leagues, you have to be on IR to put them on IR.
Jellyman with the 5 gifteds. God bless you. Thank you so much, Jelly. Appreciate you. You guys are incredible, man. You guys are absolutely incredible. And then, hold on. Would you pick up? Okay, we got that one. Fannin, Tracy, or Harvey in a full PPR 0.25 per carry league. Matchup is very even. I'm going to give the lean to either Fannin or Harvey. I would say Tracy's not an option. I'm going 60-40 Fannin over Harvey, but I have a little bit of hope for RJ Harvey this week. What about you guys?
I'm leaning Fannin as well.
Fannin, Dontavian Wicks, anytime touchdowns, put in the books.
I love it. Nunez, Frank Nunez, I'm calling you Nunez like your last name. He says, I have 2 IR spots so I can pick up 2 sounds. Okay, yeah, that's fine. If you could do that, by all means do it, because we don't know if Dak is going to be healthy all season. He has been running way more than he has ever in his career, so not a bad call. It's a good pickup. Also, which 5 RBs this week do you think are most likely to score a touchdown? I'm glad that you asked.
Oh, I like it. We're getting into some funky ones. Here we go. Nice.
All right. So number 1, Derrick Henry against the Detroit Lions, easy money, right? Number 2, Tony Pollard.
Bijan Robinson is easy money.
2, Tony Pollard. 3, Bijan Robinson, but there's a chance that it's not. 4, Kenneth Walker. 5, Jonathan Taylor. Those are my 5 running backs.
Ashton Genty, first touchdown of the season.
How much you willing
I
to put on
can't.
that?
I can't support Ashton Genty as one of the 5 most likely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's scoring this week. I'm
How much money you putting on that?
Fannin, Genty, and Wicks, baby. 3-piece parlay, anytime TD. Take it to the bank.
All right. You PayPal me that money. I'll put it in for you, buddy.
It's got to be like plus fucking 2,500.
6 billion.
Probably
I mean,
5,000.
I think that
Jacobs 12 weeks in a row. Fuck.
Yeah,
no, I don't think I'm going there. But I think
tough.
for me, I'm putting CMC there
Yeah.
as likely to score a touchdown, and I'm putting Barkley there as likely to score a touchdown because what else is their freaking offense?
Yeah.
So
who would you sub up?
I would go CMC. I would go Barkley. I would go Bijan. I'd probably go JT
Jordan Mason
and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Those would be my 5 from most. But I like Jordan Mason too.
just go with the
I can
top
only pick
5
5.
superstars. Okay, all right, I see it. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
It doesn't
They
say
all have-
price considered. It just says
they
who
all
you
have
think is most
relatively
likely.
excellent
I
matchup.
hear you.
All of them except for
I'm
Saquon
going-
have excellent matchups.
I'm going outside the top 10. I'm going out to the top guys. Kenneth Walker, Ashton Genty, Jordan Mason, Tony Pollard, and I'm going to throw in a little spice at the end, and we're going to go with Isaiah Pacheco finds the end zone versus Giants.
Fuck you.
Okay, so the question was the most likely. So do you want to
Yeah, yours
do
are
a
most likely.
$10
Yes.
friendly
Yours
wager?
are most
Whose
likely.
group
No.
scores
Yeah.
more touchdowns?
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm not
both
going to
send me $10 and I'll put that both of your parlays in for sure.
I want that. Let me know what it is. I do want Fannin, Wicks, and what did I just say? Who's the third?
We'll just
get there.
text it to me. We'll get it. I promise. Need one at the flex and one at wide receiver. PPR. Stephen McMahon. One at the flex, one at wide receiver. AJ Brown, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's in the flex.
Jordan
100%.
Mason cannot sit.
I'm saying Jordan Mason and Emeka Egbuka. Those are the 2 that you want to go with. Sleaze?
I'm Jordan and Tet.
I'm
Just because
Jordan Ted
Egbuka's
as well.
injury.
Okay, so Jordan Tet is consensus. Charlie says, thinking about picking up Jatavian Sanders over Hawkinson for this week. I think I have a free spot on IR. No, don't do that because
Atlanta's number 1 versus tight end.
Yeah,
too.
nobody scores points against the Atlanta when they're tight end. I love Jatavian Sanders as a best ball pick. I love him rest of the season. I just don't love him this matchup or the next matchup they play Atlanta. Mark Grefford, sick name. He says 12 team, full PPR, 2 flex. Should I trade Jacory, Krosky, and Tet for Brees and T? Oh, yes, 100%. Take that fucking trade. I love that trade because both of them are buy low options for me. Yeah, do that. Do that, guys.
I prefer Tet.
I like Tet too much. Yep, I like Tet too much, but I would rather have Brees and Jacory. I don't trust this Jacory nonsense yet. So,
yeah, I think you could sell high on a guy like T. Higgins.
I'm going Brees side.
Yeah, I think you could sell high on a guy like T. Higgins, but Brees is just on a different planet. Billy, what'd you say?
I think the fact that Tet is his wide receiver 3 or 4,
that helps. Yeah,
I think that helps because I think Brees is unquestionable at his position, the best player in that trade at his position.
Yeah.
So I think I would probably want to get the best player if Tet's not a guy you're starting most weeks.
Agreed. Sean Jr. McCaffrey says just dropped both for Herbert last week and moving forward. Brilliant.
Yeah, love
that for you.
Oh my God, Herbert's a top 5 QB the rest of the way.
Jelly says Ingram's out. Jonathan Smith might as well be out. So the answer is Ferguson with a high implied point total. Once again, Moet, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. Frank says I have 2 IR spots like Sharps and JSN. No, JSN's not out. Who to pick up just in case they get down? Golden. If Golden's available in your waiver wire, the answer is Golden. Yeah, Golden. Frankie. Yep. But JSN's not out. But regardless, just drop frickin' Sharps and pick up Golden.
Easy cheese.
Yeah. Peanut Butter Jelly Time says Saturday football talk on the couch with a can of cheese. I love that. I love America. A can of cheese is a crazy thing. AJ going for 20 plus. I love that, Jelly Man. Much love. 3-0. I got Ayuk on IR2 just for Sleez. Love that. Sleez hated Ayuk in best ball. He was right. We got this one. Thanks again, Max, for the super Jelly Man with the 5 gifted. So generous, incredible. Oh my God, is that real?
Smash that.
Yeah. Trade JSN. This is from Pareko. He says trade Jackson Smith and Jigba, Nico, and Etienne to receive Puka, BTJ, and Travion or Olave. JSN, Nico, and Etienne and receive Puka. Yeah, Puka, BTJ, Travion, and Olave all day, every day, 100%. What do you guys think?
I mean, obviously, Puka's the guy. I'm taking Puka, BTJ, Travion side.
Yes. Billy.
I think I prefer the Puka BTJ side as well. I mean, I would want to know what your other running backs are because I think in a vacuum, I prefer Etienne to Travion. I think Travion has huge
Travis
upside.
Etienne schedule the next 6 to 8 weeks. It's brutal. He is one of my sell high candidates right now. Get rid of him while you can. And as for BTJ, he's one of my highest buy low options right now.
Well, he has to fucking be.
He has. I have no choice. I need to double down on this one. We're going all in. Javi, welcome back, Javi. Good to see you, man. He says I traded away Garrett Wilson and Walker for Roma Dunze and Michael Pittman. I know I probably lost this trade.
I don't like that one.
But I needed to get a boom wide receiver, and I'm stacked at running back. Walker was the only one I'm comfortable to send. I don't like that trade for you at all.
Same.
I don't like that trade. Sorry, man. Starting Herbert Bijan, Bucky, Rome, and started Reek under and Kelsey in the kicker D. It's not a bad lineup, though. It's a pretty solid lineup. Owen Hubbard at flex. I like your thoughts.
I mean, you got to look at like the game script for the Colts last week, right? It was a neutral game script with the Broncos. Josh Downs played 50% of the snaps and saw more work than Michael Pittman. So, I mean, why Michael Pittman's not a guy I'm buying at all or trading for at all.
Yeah. Moet Mill says, as an Etienne owner, should I be prepared for a Tootin swap? I would say this, right? In a tough matchup, it is tough to project who is going to get the fantasy success, if any at all. Because in good matchups, which they've had good plus matchups, it's been hard to project who's been getting the fantasy football points and the touches and the production in the receiving game and the upside there. Etienne's looked incredible, but nobody is unsellable. You always sell high. And if we project moving forward, I'm willing to say that the next 6 to 7 matchups are atrocious for running backs. So I'm not really betting on any of them, but one carries so much value in fantasy football right now, which is Travis Etienne. And he is such an elite high tier asset that you need to sell him. That's what I'm saying. What do you think, Sleez? What do you think, Billy?
I think if you own Etienne, you better make sure you have Tootin. I mean, I'm not against keeping Etienne or holding Etienne. I think he'll still be a safe play either way, all the way through, unless the Jags fall out of it.
In one of my leagues, I got O'Marion Hampton for Travis Etienne.
That's a dynasty, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but even in redraft, I'd take that trade.
If I own Etienne and I don't want to move him, I can't get the value to move him, I'm definitely buying Tootin. I'm definitely making sure I have that cuff.
Yeah. I respect it. Billy?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Oh, to be honest, is piece. Pittman is a piece. I don't hate Pittman. That's the thing. I'm playing Wicks, Fannin, Genty, TD, trifecta on a 3-leg. What are the odds there? Peanut butter jelly. Amen says Moet Mills.
I love it.
Sorry.
Peanut butter. Line me up one too, Disco, if you can on there. I want to see the odds. I want to see how crazy it is.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do real quick because we can't do the whole show. We're just going to go money line. Who you think is going to win straight up in the games? We're going to go through all 16 games. Okay, you guys ready?
I thought Mom was coming. Yeah.
All right. Game 1, Atlanta Falcons, 5.5-point favorites, visiting the Carolina Panthers. Over under is 44.0. Billy, do you like the spread? Do you like the over under? You like Atlanta straight up money line?
Yeah, Atlanta straight up.
I think Atlanta covers here. Sleez, what do you think?
I like Atlanta to cover, but I fear that the Carolina could do a garbage time thing. So I'll go money line.
Okay, game 2, Cincinnati Bengals, 3-point dogs. Over under is 41.5. They're visiting Minnesota. I'll take Cincinnati Bengals in a straight up money line here for the upset. It's crazy that they're plus money right now. What about you two?
Taking Vikings.
Okay, Billy?
I mean, I think I like the over.
Yeah, the over is also very enticing. No disagreements.
I like
there.
the over and the Vikings.
All right, Green Bay Packers, game 3, 7.5-point favorites coming into Cleveland. Over under is 41.5. Green Bay covers. I'm not touching anything else. What do you guys think?
I think Green Bay may score 41 points by themselves. I'll take Green Bay to roll them out the building.
Billy?
Not going to disagree with you.
Okay. Game 4, Houston Texans are 1.5-point underdogs coming in Jacksonville. The over-under is 43.0. I am leaning on the over here, and I'm also leaning on the Texans to cover the spread. What do you guys think?
God, I hate this game. This is one brutal one.
This is going to be the one I'm watching at 1.
I want the Texans to get their first win, but man, I'll take maybe the over. I'll agree. I don't know who's going to win the game. I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't have a strong lean on any of that. So.
Okay, next game, game 5, Indianapolis Colts are 4.5-point favorites visiting Tennessee. Over under is 43.5. I'm taking Tennessee for upset city. This is my money line fucking upset city bet. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans. We're going to see Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes go back to Danny Pesos and Danny No Jabos. All right, what about you guys?
I'm taking the Colts. Jonathan Taylor's on a freaking mission, man.
Okay. Billy?
I'm going to take the Titans getting points.
Okay. Game 6, LA Rams, 3-point dogs visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Over under is 44.5. I like the Rams for a money line here, but I think the Rams covering 3 points is free money. What do you guys think?
Rams in the under.
Yep. I like Rams in the under on money line.
Yeah, I like Rams covering if that's.
I think it's gonna be an ugly game here.
Yeah. Game 7, Las Vegas Raiders, 3-point dogs, even though Jaden Daniels is out against the Washington Commanders. Over under is 43. I'm giving the lean to the God. I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the over, and that's it. I don't like the money line here. I don't know who's gonna win. I just know there's gonna be a lot of points.
I'll let you go, Billy. Who you got?
It's an ugly game.
Who you got?
I don't like any of it. If I was leaning, I would lean the under because I think this game is maybe trash, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Raider Nation bounces back.
Just because
Oakland stand up, let's go, or Vegas.
Just because this is the implied point total isn't there, I think this is going to be like one of the top 4 highest scoring games on the slate.
You will be unique if that's how you build your DFS lineups.
I have. Game 8, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, New York Jets plus 6.5 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Over under is 43.5. I don't know if Tampa Bay can cover the spread.
They're covering.
And I don't know what the fantasy production is. My lean is the over, but covering 6.5 is very rich. That's very rich. I'm going to say I like the over in this game. I like Tampa money line, but there's no juice there. So I'm going to take the over. Billy?
I mean, I have to take Tampa because they're my one and done pick this week, unfortunately. So we're going to go Tampa with the money line.
Yeah, I went with Green Bay this week as my survivor pool team. Sleez?
This is where the wheels fall off. This is where the Brees Hall trade rumors kick in. The Jets are falling apart, and I'm taking Tampa to cover the 6.5.
I love that. All right, so the Pittsburgh Steelers, who earlier in the week, and I've been telling everybody, they were actually 3-point underdogs coming into this week. Now they're 2-point favorites against the New England Patriots. The over-under is 44.5, and I'm taking the Steelers.
Swapped 5 points? Damn.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers straight up money line against my New England Patriots.
Oh man, this week is a tough week of slate to pick games too. By the way, they're all grimy. This is a grimy game. I'm gonna take New England money line.
Okay. Wow, that's what plus money too.
I'm leaning New England money line as well.
All right.
I'm not a believer in the Steelers right now.
Listen, man. I will pay the money for my Patriots to lose and end up having my Patriots win. Money well lost. Game 10, Denver Broncos, who are 3-point dogs coming into Los Angeles against the Chargers. The over-under is 46.0. I like the Broncos to cover the spread. I also don't hate the over as well, but I like the Broncos to cover. What do you guys think here?
With the way the Broncos look, this could be ugly, man. Chargers could just mop them.
But
it's a division game. It's usually grimy. AFC West. I'm going Chargers money line in the under.
Yeah, and
I like the Chargers money line here. I mean, Broncos should be 2-0. I think this is,
but it's ugly.
Real football. Wins. I think this is one of the best real football games of the week, in my opinion. Fantasy, I'm not in love with it.
Yeah, definitely. And chat, I see that we got a bunch of comments in there. We got 6 more games to go through, and then we'll catch up with your chat. And then see you guys tomorrow. Game 11, 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. We got the New Orleans Saints 7.5-point dogs against the Seattle Seahawks. Over under is 41.5, and I think Seattle covers this. Billy, you said that you like New Orleans to win straight up money line, but are you willing to take the spread? So nice.
Yeah, I'll take the spread.
Sleez?
Dude, why, Billy? Why? You're going into the 12th man with Spencer Rattler. Why? Against that nasty defense?
I just think
I think
the Saints are better than people think. Like, I like what I've seen out of the Saints, and I mean, I think that you could pick 5 favorite money lines and take the Saints, and it could pay.
I think that the Seattle Seahawks are better than you think. Respectfully.
I think Seahawks should have smacked him in the mouth right here.
Yeah, I think this is like the Saints have played nothing but bad teams thus far.
I know, and they've been ugly. No, the 49ers aren't bad.
You're right. You're right. 49ers are all right. I just don't want to give any credit to your fucking team. Game 12, we've got the Arizona Cardinals, who are 2.5-point dogs against San Francisco 49ers.
Jones.
The over-under is 44.5. I'll say I like the over. I don't want to give the lean any direction because I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. What do you think, Billy?
I like the 49ers laying points. I think they cover.
Same here. And the over.
Okay. Game 13, we got the Dallas Cowboys, who were 1-point underdogs until yesterday, by the way. And I've been saying that all week on my video. It's the freest fucking money. The over-under is 50 against the Chicago Bears. I'm giving Cowboys straight up money line. Give me Cowboys spread as well. I love that. And we can do that, Billy. What about you guys?
Dallas, straight up.
Oh,
I mean, lay the point. It's 1 point. Yeah. If they win, they win. So, yeah.
For some reason, I feel like we're all thinking this is going to be a massive shootout game. It's going to be a huge letdown, but
it could be.
I know. I'm still going Cowboys. The Bears defense is too beat up.
All right, we got game 14, Sunday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs, 6-point favorites coming into New York against the New York Giants. The over-under is 45
6 points
here.
With no worthy, huh?
6 points with no worthy. So I'm going to still say the Chiefs cover.
I like the Giants and the points here.
Same. I like the Giants.
Giants
points.
money line?
No,
points.
no.
Oh,
Kansas City
cover.
wins. Kansas City doesn't cover.
Okay. I'm taking the cover.
That would be my call.
Okay. Monday
Get
Night
out of my head,
Football.
Billy. What is this? Quit agreeing
Monday
with
Night
me.
Football. Detroit Lions 4.5-point dogs. Baltimore Ravens are hosting the game. Over under is 53. It was 51.
It jumped more.
It jumped higher for sure. So I'm going to say that the Baltimore Ravens cover the spread here. I think it's going to be awful. It's just going to be a spanking of all. And I'm here for it because fuck the Detroit Lions. Jonathan Cole came out of hibernation after their week 1 butt whipping from the Green Bay Packers, which we said was going to happen. He came out of hibernation. So I'm looking forward to him going back to hibernation. I love you, Jonathan Cole. I love you so much. But yeah, gentlemen.
Is that Wiggins, Mr. Ralph?
Yeah,
Wiggins?
Ralph.
Okay.
Ralph.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go Ravens in the under.
Okay, Billy.
Ravens money line. Like Detroit is such a different team at home versus on the road.
I know the road.
Exactly.
It's a nightmare.
Exactly. All right. We got Amen here. Chad Braun says, okay, Chad, we're not going to answer any of these questions until you head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel.
All right, guys.
Hopefully.
I got the mom here for dinner. Yep.
All right.
Love you guys.
Morning,
Always good with you there, Billy. Good to see you, man. Chat.
Hey, say hi to your wife for me.
I got you. I'll tell her right now.
Dak or Indiana Jones, 6-point passing TD. I'm giving the lead to Dak.
Not even close.
Yeah, Dak, not even close. My running backs. By the way, guys, that's Sleez Bomb, SLEEZBOMB. If you guys are not subscribed to him, please do so because I'm on his show all the time. He's on my show all the time. That's my business partner. We run the Guys Fantasy Football Patreon and Discord where we answer your questions as they come in the Discord. We have over 160 members in there. So if you guys want the DFS Patreon, links in the description. Check us out. Very affordable. If you guys are spending hundreds to 200s or thousands of dollars to join your fantasy football league, $5 a month is a great way to protect that investment.
Yeah, and you guys are super active too. I feel like you're on there all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. My RBs, if I did the trade, would be Bucky, Kenneth Walker, Henderson, Pollard, and RJ Harvey. God, we answered so many questions. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, I love that your name is around Colton Parenko. Unfortunately, obviously, you're a St. Louis Blues fan, but I love that you're a hockey fan.
Oh, he's saying trade JSN. Nick. Yeah, you definitely make that trade. You can afford that trade for sure, buddy. $10 pays $231 on underdog for it.
Oh, for those three for that touchdown.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Full PPRs. This is Scott 1275. He says full PPR team redraft home league. Have Purdy on IR, but have to drop a bench player to activate him. Danny Dimes is my starter this week. My bench: Pollard, Addison, A.O. Manor, Judkins, and Kirk. Or just so I have. Purdy.
He's basically saying, who do I drop? I don't think that you can hold. Purdy plays in the late game, and you may not know if he's gonna. I mean, I think you've got to play Danny Dimes.
Purdy's out. Yeah,
yeah. To me, you're dropping Christian Kirk of this list.
Yeah. I think
running backs have more value. I wouldn't drop a running back.
Yeah, I think A.L. Manor's the drop, not Christian Kirk, but I also understand if you want to drop Christian Kirk and why. Or wait until Tuesday. I would say just wait until Tuesday. Don't tell me you're a Blackhawks fan.
I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan.
Wow. Shout out to Winnipeg. Shout out to the Peg. All right, so you said you wanted to go over some DFS stuff. I love that because I live for the DFS streets. Atlanta Falcons, 5.5 points. Favorites coming into Carolina. So give me one pay up that you like. Give me one sleeper that you like. Give me one tertiary play, and I'll do the same. So I'll start with my sleeper, my tertiary play. That's Darnell Mooney. I think Darnell Mooney is going to break fantasy football this week. He's one of my most owned in all of my DFS slates. And I generally love Darnell Mooney this week. So who's your tertiary play, sleeper play?
Tyler Algier.
Fantastic call. I love that call. I believe he'll be very highly owned, though. All right, give me somebody who you think is going to be a bust from this game.
Drake London.
I agree with you 100%. And I wouldn't be shocked if Tet is also a bust there. And then I think we can both agree to say that Bijan Robinson's the ultimate pay up.
I think that if you're DFS wise, I think that if you're going to roster Bijan Robinson this week, you're basically making the bet that the game stays competitive. Because if Atlanta's blowing them out, I think you see more carries for Tyler Algier. So I think that if you're going to spend $8,000 on DK for Bijan Robinson, for me, I'm playing Tet McMillan on all of those rosters, that the game is competitive.
What does this mean? 1.6, I'll never get over it.
So last year in the playoffs, game 7, Blues are up 3-1 with less than 2 minutes to go. And the Jets end up tying the game with 1.6 seconds left in game 7 and then win in overtime.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was an incredible game to watch. I think even if you were not a Blues or a Jets fan, I know this is not a hockey podcast, but incredible game.
Hey, where I live has a hockey team for what it's worth, and we made the playoffs.
You're in Senators country, right?
Yeah, man. And honestly, the city is so much more vibrant when we are in the playoffs. But that's enough hockey talk because I fucking hate that sport. It's the most un-Canadian thing I've ever said. Unleash the Kraken. Are you drinking? Is that rum or is that a hockey team that I don't know about?
It's a Seattle team.
Seattle has a hockey team, but not a basketball team. That's crazy work. Dak or Jones, 6 points passing TD, George. I think we both answered that, and we said Dak decisively. You're probably busy. Yeah, Dak, 100%. It's not even close. Game 2, Cincinnati Bengals, 3-point dogs. We talked about this. Minnesota Vikings. Any DFS, so Jordan Mason, I think unanimous. We love Jordan Mason, right? Chase Brown, is he worth the pay up in this matchup?
No, not in my to me. There's much safer and higher ceiling. This isn't a week that you're strapped for salary just in general because you've got pay up or you've got value options basically across the board at every position. So this is not a spot where I feel like I'm playing a guy like Chase Brown. How did you wanted to handle these type of things? You wanted to go guy that was undervalued.
I'm just gonna lead you to the promised land here. Sorry, I was just reading a message from Sleez. Okay, so Jamar Chase, what's your exposure like to him? Are you obviously he's going to be one of the most expensive, if not most expensive.
He's the most expensive
wide receiver in most formats when it comes to DFS stuff, right? So ultimately, how comfortable are you picking him up, and is it a must to also tear down a quarterback with Jake Browning because the lean would heavily be in favor of that stack if it was Joe Burrow, but we obviously don't have Joe Burrow for the next 3 months. So are you comfortable with Jamar Chase being the elite pay up at the wide receiver position here?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this game you can play. I'm going to play both pay up wide receivers out of this game. I'm going to play Jefferson and I'm going to play Jamar Chase. Again, I build more than one lineup, but both of these guys are in my pool. And for those of you who follow my content, I generally play a reasonably tight player pool. These are guys that both have the upside to give you huge games, even with their quarterbacks, even with backup quarterbacks, they tend to latch on to either a tight end or the wide receiver one. Generally, that's where you see backup quarterbacks or rookie quarterbacks. So yeah, I mean, I like both of them. And I think that, on rosters that you're betting on Justin Jefferson, for example, if Justin Jefferson gives you a massive game, Carson Wentz is likely doing enough at his price tag where he's not hurting you. If Justin Jefferson goes for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, Carson Wentz is probably throwing for 225 and 2 or 3 touchdowns at the stone minimum salary. Even if he's only giving you 15 to 18 points, he's still keeping you on pace for 225, 250 points. And if you're making the bet on Jefferson, I don't mind making the bet on Wentz. I don't know that I feel the exact same for Browning, just because Browning's more expensive. He's not a ton more. It's 4,800 versus 4,000, but that extra 1,000 does mean stuff. But yeah, I mean, I like both pay up options. I like Hawkinson in this game as well. He's 3,800. One of the comments we heard earlier was about Cade Otton. like to me at like basically the exact same price, I would much rather play TJ Hawkinson. Like I think Hawkinson has 60-yard and 2 touchdown upside. I don't know that I see that out of K-Dot.
So how are we going to feel about Justin Jefferson after the third week? And, it would be the third week of silence of those guys who said he's quarterback proof. He's quarterback proof. This room is an upgrade from last year. How would we feel if there's another week where he puts up, what we deem to be an unacceptable performance for a pay-up option at the wide receiver position in DFS?
I mean, I think you keep hoping that his price drops and that people get sick of him. Because he's a guy that if you look back historically, like he's going to give you 30, 35, 40-point games a few times a season. And, the mantra over at where I work is called 1 week season. 1 week makes a season. You're going to lose most weeks of DFS. So you're kind of playing for those ceiling outcomes. And so to me, guys that can score 40 points are guys that I roster every week.
I respect it. Okay. Game 3. Is there anything else you wanted to cover in that game?
No, I mean, I think Jordan Mason's going to be the highest owned running back on the slate. He's going to be, I think he's going to be higher owned than Kenneth Walker. I think they're both going to be 30 to 40% owned. So yeah, I mean, I think those are decision points that I think you need to make on the slate. I'm not saying you need to either go all in or fade them. Like you can middle ground and kind of match or be slightly under the field. But I think you just need to recognize. I personally, I wouldn't play a roster that has both of them on it.
Now this is a plus matchup when you're looking at essentially Adam Thielen versus whoever. Is Adam Thielen a plausible tertiary option? Because I do have a very hot take to close out this game.
Personally, I'd rather play Jordan Naylor. Like I think Jordan Naylor's a guy that could give you.
Isn't it Jalen?
Jalen Naylor. Sorry, Jalen. I'd rather play Jalen Naylor. Like I'd rather play the deep threat guy that can get home on one pass for 60 yards and a touchdown.
How high are you on T. Higgins this week?
How high am I on T. Higgins? I'm not on him at all.
Okay, because my bold prediction is T. Higgins outscores every wide receiver in this game in fantasy.
That's a bold take that you should consider laddering that in betting if that's what you.
I have already.
Really,
sure. I have.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've put in over 160 props this week. We do a lot of singles, and ladders is probably one of our favorite things. 1 p.m. Eastern time, game 3, Green Bay Packers 7.5 point favorites against the Cleveland Browns over under 41.5. I'm going to go out and say that my favorite sleeper play in this game easily is Matthew Golden, just for the ceiling not outcome that you alluded to earlier, where we can expect explosives, and he's been beating defenders like a drum. He just hasn't been connecting, and I anticipate with Jaden Reed going out, we're just going to see an influx of those opportunities continue. We saw Lamar Jackson with 4 nobodies find the end zone last week, including DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is juiced up and booted up. I think this is the Matthew Golden breakout game. He's the only person who I think is in the sleeper territory in this game. I also wouldn't be opposed to Tucker Kraft, David Njoku, maybe even Harold Fannin. I'm not touching Jerry Jeudy. I don't care about Joe Flacco. I'm not touching any of the running backs. Like Sampson with the reception upside is enticing, especially in PPR formats of DFS. But the 24% sample size of snap share is not encouraging at all. Cedric Tillman, don't want it. Don't care. The wheels are going to fall off there. Dobbs, I know you like Dobbs a lot. Jordan Love is a good play in DFS for sure. But I think Matthew Golden is the ultimate play in this game and probably the best ceiling play. He's the best sleeper. There's nobody else who I really want a lot of exposure to. I will sprinkle in a little Fannin and a little bit of Njoku, but that's because the only weakness that this Green Bay Packers secondary has is against the tight ends. Anything else that you wanted to add to that one?
I mean, I think my favorite DFS play in this game is the Green Bay Packers defense.
That's a fantastic play too.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think in terms of like complete bust, like I know Josh Jacobs been a workhorse this season and like even last season, but like Browns held Chase Brown to 43 rush yards on like 21 touches.
Yeah, but the Jags also did that.
Huh?
The Jags held him to less usage and less production. He salvaged his day against the Cleveland Browns with a rushing touchdown. I don't think you can
Oh,
compare.
I'm just talking total. I'm just talking yards. Like he only had 43 rush yards on 21 touches, and then Derrick Henry last week only had 23 total yards. Like I think that Josh Jacobs is unplayable.
I think Josh Jacobs is matchup proof, respectfully, but I'm also not paying up to get him in a matchup against the top 2 rushing defense.
Craig Nelson, I would have said that guys like Derrick Henry were matchup proof, and Chase Brown was solid because he was getting a ton of touches. Neither of them did anything.
Very sound. I'm not going to disagree there. Craig Nelson says flex half PPR, Swift, Olave, Ridley, or Hollywood. Seahawks defense may be missing safety Julian Love and Witherspoon. So half PPR, I think Ridley with the 10 or so targets per game gives you the most touchdown upside out of all of these guys. And then sorry, Olave and then Ridley. I'm leaning
Olave would be my choice. I would go Olave, then Ridley. I don't think you could consider Swift or Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
those 2 other options.
Olave's been getting the 10 targets. I don't know if I said Ridley or Olave, but I meant Olave in my heart. Once again, one brain fart every hour on the hour. Aldo Gaviria, sick name. Chat, we starting Hollywood or Ridley half PPR? Yeah, chat, who you guys starting? I'm starting Ridley though. What about you? Okay, cool. So anything else you want to talk about this game?
No, I mean, from DFS wise, honestly, it's really Packers defense, and that's honestly probably it for me. Like, I don't mind Matthew Golden, but like, I think that there are wide receivers in his same price range. He's like 4,900, 5K, like right. Like, I feel like there are guys in that same range that offer you more floor, but like still equal ceiling. And we don't really know what Golden's ceiling is. So We're
gonna find out this week, boy.
Yeah, it's a game I'm generally staying away from personally.
I believe Mooney and he are similarly priced. What's DJ Moore's? What's DJ
Moore's 5,400.
Okay, and
but like okay, so here's the play. Rome Odunze is 5,300, like $300 or $400 more. Could you, you know what I mean? Like, you throw ownership out. Who's got the better game environment? Who's getting more targets?
DJ Moore.
Who's got the safer floor? It's
DJ Moore.
It's Odunze for all those answers. Or
so you look
at not Matthew Golden. I'll tell you that.
Agreed. But when I'm looking at the matchup this week against the Dallas Cowboys, you look at what the Dallas Cowboys do defensively. They play cover 2 shell 64% of the time. And what that opens up is the ability for the unders and the seams to kill them. And when the Chicago Bears have played cover 2 thus far this year, cover 2 shell, in those snaps percentages, and I'm just reading this verbatim off of Fantasy Points data, it goes from 13% target share to DJ Moore to 30% plus target share to DJ Moore. So as a volume play, I think DJ Moore is an absolute smash play in DFS and across all formats. Then sell high. But DJ Moore, I'm betting on him heavily this week just based off of that analysis.
Yeah, I mean, again, 1 week does not, but if you look at last week and you see what Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors both just did against this Dallas secondary,
yeah,
like I don't see how you could play Matthew Golden over either of those Chicago Bear.
Because Matthew Golden was wide open for 2 plays, 2 chunks, and he was underthrown on one and overthrown on the other. He had 2 50-yard touchdowns, essentially, just poor throws by his quarterback. And I think eventually, and now is that, and they're going to connect, especially with
Disco. I want to be with you. Matthew Golden is my highest owned wide receiver in best ball. Trust me, I'm pulling for it.
It's those 2 Texas guys that are fucking me and Brian Thomas Jr. If all 3 of those, Xavier Worthy, Gold, and Brian Thomas Jr., if they could right the ship sooner rather than later, God, that would be great. Every time I get an Xavier Worthy's out, my heart breaks, and I go back to that moment that Travis Kelce killed all my hopes and dreams. Matt Friend says trade help 12
team PPR.
12 team FPPR. Thinking about moving Higgins plus Mason for Genty wide receivers. Moving Higgins plus Mason for Genty. Yeah, I'm not moving Jordan Mason right now because for the next 4 weeks, he's going to be fantasy football gold while Aaron Jones is on the pup. And then when Aaron Jones comes back, they're just going to realize that he's going to be completely useless. I think you can get much more for Jordan Mason, and just wait and hold. Just wait and hold, sir. That's my advice. Paul Yoon says Hollywood Brown or Terry McLaurin this week, half PPR. Holy crap, it's Terry McLaurin. It's not even close, sir.
Not close.
Yeah. Game 4, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Houston Texans, 1.5 point dogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over under is 43. So let's talk about it. Trevor Lawrence, are you starting him or are you sitting him this week?
I'm not playing him. No chance.
Okay, what about, let's go opposite side, CJ Stroud?
No chance.
Okay, what about Nick Chubb as a tertiary option as a running back?
Not interested.
Woody Marks?
I mean, like this is like I understand that Houston is 0-2. However, they've only allowed 34 points against total through 2 games. Like this is not a spot I'm trying to target for opposing offenses.
Yeah. Okay. So what about Woody Marks?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm playing anyone from this game that's not named Nico Collins.
Not even Brian Thomas Jr.?
No.
Okay. Moving forward, I'm okay playing Brian Thomas Jr. I'm not okay playing Travis Etienne, and I agree with you, Nico Collins, but I'm also sprinkling in a little bit of CJ Stroud because I think he's priced favorably on Owner's Box DFS. I don't know what he's like over there for you guys, but what's his price point like for you guys over there?
I'd have to look it up. Hold on, I got my phone.
If my knowledge serves me correct, he's probably $5,600, $5,500.
Brian Thomas Jr.?
No, CJ Stroud.
Oh, I'll look it up. But if you're right, let's say that he is 56. I can't play him over Caleb Williams at the exact same price.
Yeah, I can, because that secondary for the Jacksonville Jaguars is fucking putrid, and he's going to have to air it out. It's going to be a shootout game. And I also like the over.
CJ Stroud is 5,500, so he's 100 less than Caleb Williams. He's 100 more than Daniel Jones. Like I just can't get there.
Nailed it. Woody the Badger says, redraft full PPR. Should I trade Travis Hunter and Fannin for T. Higgins? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yes.
Judy, since you have Bowers as your tight end, like you're never playing Fannin.
Yeah. Judy, Ramondre, or Juan Jennings in my flex. I'm giving the lead to Juan Jennings, especially since Mac Jones is starting pretty boy Hordon.
I think that if you're leaning Juwan Jennings, I think that you go back to the other options again.
It's Judy, Ramondre, or Juan Jennings, and it's not just like a slight lean; it's like a heavy lean. Like I'm saying,
I agree, but Juwan Jennings is questionable. Like he may not play, and he's in a late game where Ramondre and Judy are in the early games. So, like I think if you're leaning Juwan Jennings and that's the way you want to go, like I know you're going to throw up in your mouth a little bit. Like I might go add like Kendrick Bourne. Like if you're going to play Juwan Jennings, you've got to give yourself an out if he doesn't play.
If he doesn't play, my out would be Sunday Night Football, Tyquan Thornton.
Fair, right? Fair. But yeah, you've got to give yourself an out to somebody. That
I respect that, and thank you for holding me accountable there, because that is fantastic fantasy football advice. Jesse B says, traded Tyreek Hill for Pollard and Matthew Golden. Sick. I need an RB. Who should I play in my final flex spot? Golden, Montgomery, Quentin Johnston, Ayo Manor. For me, if you want the ceiling, it's Golden. If you want the floor, it's Montgomery. Whatever you feel like you need, that's what you go with. Sure. My personal lean is always play the floor, which is the ceiling, which is Golden.
You know my stance on projections and how you're projected to do versus where I might lean but yeah, I got no problem going to Golden there.
Yeah. Woody the Badger says, I'm trying to find an upgrade from Marvin Harrison Jr. Any buy low candidates? Absolutely. Brian Thomas Jr.
I don't think anybody wants Marvin Harrison is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic point. Yeah. Because you're selling low. You're buying low and selling low. That's a great point. That's a great point. All right. Colts game versus the Tennessee Titans. Quarterback situation. Cam Ward is one of my favorite tertiary sleeper plays at quarterback this week. I think he's a top 10 play. I think he has. I
don't mind that at all.
As for Daniel Jones, he's not even a top 18 quarterback for me. I understand what he's done. The first 2 weeks has been phenomenal, but enough is enough. These are the New Orleans Saints of football this year, the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm not talking about the running game. I'm just talking about, Daniel
A
Jones.
hot start, fall apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supportive of that.
So I'm gonna say that they lose this week, and Daniel Jones is not somebody I'm starting. Where are you at with both of these quarterbacks?
I play a pretty tight pool. Both of them are not in it, but I think if I was picking one, I would pick Cam Ward.
I love that. Okay, running back situation. I think we love both of these running backs.
Yep, I like both running backs.
Tony Pollard. Any shot on Giddens? Any shot on whoever the fucking backup is? Not interested in the backups here. Okay,
not interested in the backups.
Wide receivers, Downs or Pittman. Who gets the lead?
I think that if you want to play a one-off shot, or if you want to do a mini correlation with Pollard, I don't mind Josh Downs or Tyler Warren. They're both mid 4K range. I think they're both 4,500 on DK, which is cheap. I don't mind either of them. I think I'm leaning Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs gives you the most ceiling of any of Pittman, Downs, or Warren. Okay.
Anything else you wanted to cover in this game?
No, another game I'm not really on.
Okay. Rams game versus Philadelphia Eagles. How do you think the game script's going to play out? Who's your lean in DFS and just fantasy in general this week to produce?
I think that neither of these offenses has been super exciting. I think both of these defenses are very strong. I think the Rams are a better defense than the Eagles. I think the Rams have only given up 28 points through 2 games. So again,
but they've also had a very easy start to the schedule, an incredibly easy.
Who did they play?
Week 1, the Los Angeles Rams played the Tennessee. Week 2 they played the Tennessee Titans.
Played Houston.
Week one they played Houston, which is 2 incredibly easy starts. Mind you, their front 7 has dominated both matchups.
Yeah,
but can't take that or hold that against them. Both teams look like a dumpster fire this week.
Yeah, I think in DFS, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing Saquon Barkley, but he's more expensive. I think or maybe they're right at the same price or within $100. I'd rather play Bijan Robinson. I just think the matchup is much better.
Yeah.
This is another, again, it's a 13-game slate. You only roster 8 players in a defense.
Yeah.
And generally you want to have some correlation. This is not a game I'm going out of my way to target at all.
I got to get you on the owner's box streets. I feel like you would love it there. Okay, so what about Puka? What about Devontae Adams? Who else gets the lead here? Because I feel like they're not going to be able to run the ball, but they will be able to air it out at will. I also like Stafford as a DFS play correlated with Puka Nacua. Kyron for me is a must sit. I think Goddard is a sneaky play. I think Goddard might be the sneakiest play out of the bunch, but Kyron's a definite sit in DFS for me. I'm not interested in the pay up structure that he currently holds in salary position as a DFS target.
Yeah, I don't mind your Goddard call, but to me, I'd much rather play Juwan Johnson. If I'm completely paying down at tight end, which we'll say is someone in the 3K range, that's basically as cheap as you really get for a starting tight end. I'd rather play Juwan Johnson, who's not priced, who's in the 3K. He's a little bit more.
But Juwan Johnson's going to be incredibly owned, whereas Dallas Goedert's going to be incredibly low owned, right? And the way you stand out in these contests is by projecting forward, not reacting on the last 2 weeks. Do you anticipate that the Juwan Johnson's going to continue to average over 15.75 fantasy points per game?
Do you think he's going to keep getting 8 to 10 targets a week? Because if he is, then
no, I don't think that's sustainable.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a Shaheed week.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Hold on, I want to take a quick look at ownership. I agree that I think Goddard's going to have no ownership. We are projecting Juwan Johnson under 7% ownership. So that's still reasonably low. That's not super high.
And I don't know if you're familiar with me, but before I was big draft energy, I was big DFS energy. I've taken down a lot of these contests. Obviously, I'm only the owner's box ones, but I am like a DFS guy. So you could speak to me all nerdy if you want. Shit turns me on. So what's his ownership over on DK? That's what you're doing yours on, right? DK?
Yeah, DK. Under 7%. I'm not going to give it the full numbers just to protect our paid subscribers.
Yes.
We've got I will say that Dallas Goedert is half the ownership, if that's what we're projecting, but they're both under 7%. So
Really, Juwan Johnson?
One may be 2 or 3, and the other may be 5 or 6. To me, that's not enough to move the needle. Like, I think that Juwan Johnson on paper is a much better play, and that the ownership, if our projections are accurate, I would much rather play Juwan Johnson. I don't care that he's double the ownership, because double the ownership is only 2 or 3% more.
Yeah, no, I thought that would be way higher, just conceptually. Don Pla, is that a middle finger and a robot? That's sick. He says, question out Indianapolis, Steelers, and Pats. Who would you take for GPP? If
you're talking defense?
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Pittsburgh here. Pittsburgh is probably my favorite defense out of the bunch. And they're very low price and probably very low owned because they've been terrible the first couple of weeks. I think they're one of the lower priced, more.
They're more expensive than New England, right?
Yeah.
We have them projected as the third highest owned defense out of 26 defenses.
Really? That's not what I thought. Okay.
Hey, buddy, we'll see. You can see how well we do when the cards are turned up tomorrow.
I might need to move to the States so I can get back into those contests. They need to come back here. Defense, sorry to put. Yeah, I'm gonna say I like the Steelers defense the most, man.
Yeah, the Steelers are on paper. Okay, I mean, I think in the same game, I prefer the Patriots. Like, I'd rather have the home team, and they're cheaper. But again, you're probably a regular. You're probably talking season long, so salary doesn't matter.
Salary, DFS. If I were to give the lead, regardless, just based off of performance, who's going to give me plus performance and
probably Steelers.
Change? It's going to be Steelers, because they have to get right, whereas the Patriots have not, and we're not expecting them to. So holy fuck, we got 800 people watching us both on Twitter and YouTube. Anything else you wanted to talk about this game? Puka, Adams, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Kyron, Stafford, Jalen Hurts. Like, I like Jalen Hurts.
I don't think you can go wrong with either with either Puka or Devontae. Like, they see such a huge percentage of their team's target share. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna both see 8 to 10 or more targets. Neither of them are outrageously priced. They're both, they're in tougher matchups, but I don't mind them. You can get salary relief elsewhere. They're both guys that I would consider.
Are you going to reconsider Dallas Goedert, or are you just going to stay the course with your guys?
Stay the course. Jawan.
Okay. Game 7, 1 p.m. We got the Las Vegas Raiders 3-point dogs against the Washington Commanders. They've got to change it since Daniels has been out, but I posted this when Daniels was out. Anybody gets the lean in particular here in this game that you like, that you want to talk about?
Marcus Mariota.
Okay, I can't say that I'm there with you. I think I like Jacoby Myers, but I don't like his price point. I think one of my favorite tertiary plays is, I believe his name is Deontay Thornton. I keep mixing him up and with Typhon Thornton, but there's so many Thorntons this year. That's crazy. I like him a lot, and I like him to splash significantly. I think Brock Bowers is easily one of the best, if not the best, pay up option in this game. I think Ashton Genty bounces back, but I'm not willing to pay his salary in DFS. And Ja'Cory Krosky-Mary, based off of the matchup, he's not priced reasonably, and I don't think it's a plus matchup either. So I think Terry McLaurin is a sneaky upside pick, and he has sneaky top 12, top 15 wide receiver upside, especially when you look at the splits that he's had historically with Mariota. So I wouldn't be, against stacking McLaurin in a couple lineups with Mariota if that's the path that you want to go down. But Zach Ertz is not somebody whom I love. Brock Bowers is somebody I can't stop putting in my DFS lineups, even as a flex option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like all that. I'm supportive of that. To me, I mean, like, I'm not in love with Marcus Mariota. He's the stone minimum price, and he's a capable quarterback.
Yeah,
he's got weapons. You know what I mean? It's not like he's got nothing. I mean, he's got 2 viable wide receivers and a decent tight end. Like, he's got passing options for weapons.
Yeah. So over on the site that I do my DFS drafts on, you get 1 quarterback, 2 running backs. It's PPR format as well. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex spots, and 1 super flex.
Okay. So you're basically starting 2 quarterbacks every week.
Correct. So, like when you're looking at these tertiary options for quarterbacks, Mariota should be in the mix, but you want essentially the cheapest quarterback with the highest upside. Sorry, is that what you're saying about Mariota this week? That like out of all the tertiary options at the quarterback position, he's probably got the best matchup.
Yeah, he's probably got the best matchup, and the pricing is so that like if you take like Jake Browning, who's like I think he's like 4,800 or 5,000, like you take a look at why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is 25% cheaper. So and he's got rushing upside too. So like to me, like I'd rather go there. Like for him to get there takes a lot less than Browning.
I don't think at this juncture, and like this is just semantics, but I don't think that this juncture of Mariota's career that the rushing upside is as profound as you make it seem to be. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. Rabona King says, fun keeping track of the leaderboard for drafters. Would be fun to do an episode going over people's lineups. I'm always feeling good about my team coming into Thursday. Then Thursday happens, and it's like, I'm down in gloom. And then Monday's over, and it's like, oh, there's optimism and hope again. But every time there's an Xavier Worthy is out or situation where Brian Thomas Jr. or Matthew Golden don't produce, my heart is sunk. And that is literally, if those 3 guys break out this year, I'm winning so much money in drafters, like an absurd amount.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that, I mean, it's fun to look. Don't get me wrong. I look. I don't think it really matters until you get into the double-digit weeks, because like a lot of the strategy around DFS around best ball is around your roster construction.
Yeah.
And so roster construction doesn't matter as much week 1, week 2, week 3, when there's theoretically less players injured, no one on bye. Where teams separate is starting week 5 through week 10, 11, 12, when you're going through the buys, when you're in kind of the heart of the season, when you're dealing with injuries, the teams that are ones of, getting lucky with injuries, but also built well, that's where you're seeing teams separate. And I feel like if you pull up teams, say week 11, 12, you're 2/3 of the way through the season, right? Because we play 17 weeks. That's when you can kind of see, hey, I've got teams that are within, let's say 100 points through 12 weeks. Those are teams that are like, if you're back 200 points, it's going to be really hard for you to make that up in 5 weeks. Like that means you got to outscore those teams by 40 points a week. Like you're not making that up, but you could make up 15 points a week. You could, like, it's not easy to do, but like if you're within 100 points after, let's say 10, 11 weeks, you could make up 15 points a week. You could.
Yeah, for sure. I just like to sweat it out because we put
sure.
so much time in the off season that it's just fun to sweat it out and just look at it constantly and obsess over the what ifs. Don Plow with the middle finger says, got running back this week. I was going to go Taylor and Mason for Vikings, either with Jonnu Smith or Johnson at tight end. Well, it's definitely not Jonnu Smith, so go with Johnson. And then, I like your running back situation a lot.
Works out great for you.
Rabona says, I've got 6 teams in the top 100, hoping for one of them to take off soon. You're right, stat about the fun. All right. Tampa Bay, you just go over this game. What do you like about the New York Jets, who are 6.5-point dogs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What's your takeaways from DFS, if there is any?
I mean, the Jets are a team that like really want to run the ball. And this is a matchup that sets up extremely poorly for that. Like the Bucs have kept Bijan and Algier and Nick Chubb all under 44 yards rushing. I know that doesn't sound right, because Bijan, I think, went for 100 total yards. 100 plus.
He had an absurd amount of receiving yards. I believe
they were all receiving yards.
Yeah.
Like they bottled him up on the ground. They did the same thing to Algier. They did the same thing to Nick Chubb last week. Fields is going to be out. Like to me, the Jets are not a team I'm like really going after. I don't mind Garrett Wilson because they literally have no one else to throw to, and I think they're going to struggle to run the ball. So I don't mind Garrett Wilson in this matchup. I think on paper, I would like Bucky Irving. I think the fact that they've got 3 offensive linemen, starting linemen out, I don't think helps that. I think you're going to see Sauce Gardner on Mike Evans. Emeka Ibuka, multiple injuries this week, questionable, probably going to play. I gave you kind of a sneaky call out early on. Like, I really like Sterling Shepard in this game.
I'm going to sprinkle him in a couple more lineups tonight and tomorrow just because of that shout out. Now with knowing that the reception upside for running backs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is significant and it's well within the Breece Hall wheelhouse, are you bullish on Breece Hall, or are you just God bless me, or are you just out?
Breece Hall is like low 6s, like low 6. Like, to me, in a vacuum, he's cheaper, but they're both cheaper. However, would you rather play Mason? Would you rather play K9? Would you rather play Pollard? Or would you rather play Breece? And all 3 options I gave you are cheaper than Breece Hall in better situations. Like, again, you don't play it in a vacuum. You play it with ownership. You play it around game stacks and things of that nature. Like, to me, I have a hard time getting to Breece Hall when I think that for less money, I'd rather play Pollard. I'd rather play K9. I'd rather play Jordan Mason. Just in a vacuum.
I respect that. All right, next game, we got the New England Patriots hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where are you at with Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson? How do you feel about both of those guys this week?
I mean, they're in good spots. Like, the Steelers have allowed a 100-yard rusher in both games they played. They gave 100 to Kenneth Walker. They gave 100 on the ground to Breece Hall. So if we had more certainty over where the ball was going to go in the backfield, I would like the New England backfield better. But I think you're set up for a split backfield, and I don't think you're going to see either running back get more than 15 touches.
Copy. All right, we got a question here before we go to that one. The 3 Walketeer says Persall, Hollywood, and Dobbins start.
We're going to disagree for the first time all night.
What's the format? And I would say in the format, if it's PPR, I'm leaning Persall. If it's not, then I'm going to lean Dobbins. What about you?
If it's full point PPR, it's probably Pearsall. If it's half point or standard, it's Dobbins.
Okay, so we're, no disagreements. PPR, okay, yeah, Persall. No disagreements. Same. What was your question? How do I feel about this running back room? Ramondre Stevenson was a sell high for me. The moment this guy pops, you need to sell high and just get rid of him. It's Travion Henderson, if I am going to get any of them. But Travion Henderson is still way too incredibly priced, and I don't think this is a plus matchup for either running room. So give me a tertiary. Like, I think JK. So if your name isn't DK Metcalf, I'm not interested in you in any DFS lineups.
Agreed. I think it's DK Metcalf.
Yeah, the answer is DK Metcalf, but I am willing to sprinkle in some Aaron Rodgers, especially if I'm doing the super flex lineups over on Owner's Box to correlate with DK Metcalf with Christian Gonzalez being out. All right, next game, Denver Broncos, LA Chargers. I'm not interested in anybody in this game at all. There's
not even Troy Franklin.
Fuck Troy Franklin. There's not a single name that I'm interested in for DFS purposes in this game, because, like, yes, we're going to get a top 15 player at the position, but it could be Tyler Conklin as a tight end. You know what I mean? The variances are so high. I think Justin Herbert is a very good bet, but even both defenses is tough to project for. Other than Herbert, I mean, Keenan Allen's still respectably priced, but like you alluded to earlier when we were talking about Matthew Golden, there's a lot of guys within that range that you think could spike and hit a lot higher for that outcome. So
I don't think that Keenan Allen has ceiling. Like, Keenan Allen has floor.
Yeah.
I just don't see a situation where Keenan Allen gets you 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think that there are guys in that range that I think have, in that price range, that have that realistic ceiling in their range of outcomes.
So when we revisit this and he goes for 160 for 3 touchdowns, we'll revisit our 2 hour and 23 minute marker when you said that. Okay.
It's just my opinion. I'm not always right.
So is there anybody that you're willing to start there?
The Chargers defense.
Yeah, I respect it. Next game, Saints versus Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker is probably going to be one of the most highly owned players in DFS. I think
He
Jackson
will be
Smith
the second highest owned behind Jordan Mason. Those will be the two highest owned players, and they'll both be value running backs.
Yeah, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be probably the next highest owned player. I think Rashid Shaheed is the best tertiary play option here, but I also like that second string running back as like I alluded to earlier. What was his name?
I don't even know.
Hooligan Dooligan. Hold on, I got it right here. History. Seahawks depth chart. His name is George Holani. George Holani is the name. I think he has standalone value in this game as one of the best tertiary plays. So over where I play, he's priced at like below the lowest price, which is a possibility. Where there's certain players who are $2,900, where the lowest price is $3,000. He's below that. He's $2,900, and I've built a lot of lineups with him in there, and it's made me
okay. So on owner's box, for point of reference, how you saying he's like right at 3,000, 2,900? I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, how much is like Jordan Mason or Tony Pollard, like, or Kenneth Walker? Like, give me just ballpark.
5,800 to 6,100.
Okay, so they're double the price.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still would prefer to. Again, I don't know what value you have, what the salary is. I know nothing about owner's box. He's just not a guy I'm getting to. Like, I just don't see the ceiling, but I understand like he's basically free in terms of cost.
It allows me to pay up for like a Brock Bowers who has standalone positional value, right?
Sure.
And superiority there. Just trying to cue this up so I can show you what it looks like. Okay. Anybody else that you want to talk about in this game? Olave?
Yeah, I mean,
Cup?
I'm like, if I'm building a bunch of lineups, which I'm not building like hundreds of lineups, I'm probably gonna have one Saint on almost every one of my lineups. And I'm only playing 3 Saints. I'm not playing Kamar. I'm gonna either have Olave, Shaheed, or Juwan Johnson. I'm gonna have at least one of them on every roster. They're cheap and they're getting a ton of targets, and they have ceiling. And I don't know that I think that the Saints are going to be able to run much. So I think you're going to see Spencer Rattler throw the ball 40 times, and it's going to be focused around those 3 guys. One of those guys is going to get at least 10 to 12 targets. And at their pricing, if they go for 75 yards, 7 for 75 and a touchdown, and they give you 20 points at 4,000, like that's a smash.
Okay. I got this queued up here.
I think the Saints could win.
All right, cool. All right, so PPR format, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, wide receivers, 2 of them, tight end, 2 flexes, and then 1 super flex. You want to help me build a lineup here?
Sure.
Sweet. And then we'll just save the rest of the games for another day because I am losing steam. I was up at 5 a.m. If that's all right with you, Billy. Is there anybody else in the other games? So like we haven't. Okay. Well, there's only 2 more games to go over, so we'll do that quickly. Arizona
CMC.
Cardinals. Huh? Sorry.
Play CMC.
What about Juwan Jennings or Mac Jones?
I'm not in love with Mac Jones. He on DraftKings he got priced up after his week last week. Like there are guys I much prefer to him. Juwan Jennings, I don't mind if he's active. If he's not active, I like Ricky Pearsall.
Okay, I like that. Cowboys.
No one on the Arizona side for me.
Nobody on the Arizona side. Is there a defense that you'd be willing to play?
San Francisco.
Okay. Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears.
Best game of the week.
Okay.
You only play 100 play. Do they have like they have like larger field, or is the biggest like 100 player?
Oh, there's way larger fields. Hold on. So there's this one right here.
What's the entry?
15.
1-5?
Yeah.
I'll send you the money. Let's build one together.
All right.
I want to lean into that. I want to lean into this Chicago game a lot. Sure. I want to play both quarterbacks from it.
Sure. I just got to go get my wallet after plugging my info to deposit in here, but we could definitely do that.
You don't have to. You don't have to submit. I trust you.
Okay.
I'll Venmo you the money after we get off.
I wish we had Venmo here. we'll sort it out. But
PayPal, Zelle. Yeah. Do you have any of those?
Yeah, PayPal for sure. Okay. So where do you want to start here?
I want to. It's a super flex, right?
Correct.
I want you to play both quarterbacks from the Chicago Dallas game.
All right, Dak is 61, and then Caleb. Can you see everything? All right.
I can. Yeah, 59.
Okay. Do you need?
What's the salary cap? What do you get total?
So your total salary cap is
50,000.
Is it 50?
Yeah.
Okay. Your math is mathing faster than mine.
I was a math major.
Gotcha. Stat ATL makes sense. Okay. So we got our super flex. Caleb is priced at 59. Dak is priced at 61. What do you want to do next?
I want to lean into this game. Wide receiver. What?
Lamb, 7,600?
Yeah. Lamb, Ferguson.
Okay. 4,300?
Sure. And then I would go Odunze if you want to go. Well, what's the pricing difference between Odunze and Moore?
I'll pull that up for you right now. So Odunze is 55.
Okay.
Moore is 55.
Same price. Okay. Yeah. Odunze is going to be way higher owned. So if you want to go Moore, let's go Moore. There's no price difference.
This is your lineup, sir.
Okay.
You could make your own lineup as well. Just use your promo code, and that helps me out and helps you out too because you're on the new app.
Yeah. I've never played this, so we're gonna just see how it goes this week, and next week we'll see.
Cool. Okay. All right. Talk to me. What's next?
We probably need a value running back at some kind here. So
okay. So who's somebody you're interested in as a value running back? Because
the guys that we talked about, Jordan Mason, K9, like what are prices? 53.
53 for Mason.
I don't want to play them both. I'm just curious what the cost is.
Walker is 58.
58. Okay, so let's go Mason. I've got to have two flexes still. I've got 5,000. So we're probably going to have to pay down once somewhere at flex. Tell me about the scoring. Full point PPR or half?
Full point. Okay.
I love that you're going Sterling Shepard here. I'm
listening to you. I'm already beating you there. So
okay.
Now you're.
So if we're not going to play Kenneth Walker, who's probably going to be mega chalk, let's bet on Jackson Smith-Njigba. Like, let's not bet that Seattle completely fails.
$6,300
leaves me with 5,300 for a running back. Could I get to Pollard? No.
Did I pass by Pollard? Yeah, he's 5,800.
Okay, let's get off of JSN. He's too much money. We need a value at there. Let's go Olave. I assume he's going to be cheaper.
Okay. $54. Leaves you with 6,200 for running back.
Okay. What can we do?
Chuba, Connor, Kyron, Etienne, Javonte, Brees.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go Javonte Williams and then get off of Ferguson and do something else instead of Ferguson.
Okay, so Tyler Warren, Zach Ertz, Njoku, Jawan.
Maybe Jawan.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's get off of Shepard. Where can I go from? Well, no, I want to get off of Olave now because if I've got Jawan, I don't want to bet on both. Let's go back to JSN.
I believe JSN was 63. Yeah, you have $5,900.
All right, let's get off of Shepard. Oh, actually, no, stay here. Where can we go? Where can we go at 59?
Okay, so Brees, Drake London, Sutton, K9, Trey McBride, Pollard, Ricky, Marvin Harrison Jr., Terry McLaurin, Jacoby Myers, Ricky Persall, Jacoby Myers, Dobbins, Swift, DK.
Okay, so if we went DK, and can I go off of Shepard and get to like Butte or Diggs?
Butte's 4,700 bucks.
No, Diggs gonna be more.
Diggs is 5,000.
Okay.
Douglas is 4,100.
Still no.
Okay, so let's look at what we have available at the $4,000 range. Douglas would have been an excellent fit.
How much is Shaheed?
Great question, because I think he's a good one. 48.
Okay, so if I go to Shaheed, sorry, I'm making you jump around.
You're good.
What does that leave me with at tight end?
33.
Which is nothing. Which is probably nobody.
I like Tongues a lot in that tier.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 31, so you still have to.
Okay. Do you know what we're going to do instead of that? You're going to play Cole Kmet.
How I?
Because I'm betting on Caleb.
Okay.
So this is a roster built around Odunze, Kmet, Caleb Williams, Dak, Javonte, Lamb. Like this bet is basically saying that game is 38-35. And then I'm playing what do I have left? Nothing.
You have 200 left.
Okay. So right now Metcalf is like the only kind of one-off in this. I mean, I want to play a Saint. So what can I do at flex better than Metcalf?
In my opinion, you could do Pollard. You could do Kenneth Walker. You could do Ricky.
Yeah,
Pearson.
let's go K9 to go along with Shaheed. So we've got more mini correlation. So we're basically betting on 2 games.
Let me take a picture.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'll plug that in when we're off. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's listen, this is a very, very fun app. I've won this contest 3 times last year and 8 times the year prior. Love this app. I just been crushing the drafter stuff. I have not used it at all. And they've also fucked up with my affiliate.
I would be so curious. We have a contributor at 1 week season. His name is Zandamir, who plays on Owner's Box. And I think he's been pretty successful over the years. I would be curious to pick his brain on some strategy, because to me, it's like when you have this one game that's got 5 points higher total and both quarterbacks are not expensive. Like it's to me, like that screams, let's just really lean into it and hope that it's 38-35.
Yeah. Historically, I found success where I pay up at one and find a tertiary option at the next.
Sure.
Across the board for every position, and it just comes down to my rankings. Eli the Ripper says, do I drop Caleb Johnson for Tyler Algier full PPR? Long term, I don't think you can, but temporarily you should. Like if you need immediate production, Algier has that upside. As for Caleb Johnson, he does not. Guys, we're gonna call it. It's been such a fun show. 2 hours 37 minutes. We topped up at almost 40 viewers live on the YouTube. We got 850 people watching us simultaneously, both on X. Thank you guys so much who came over and subscribed to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for everybody who's supported. Billy, once again, man, where can the people find you and support you and your work? Because you are a wealth of knowledge, and this was a lot of fun. And you're welcome to, you have a standing invitation on anything and everything I do. But this was fun. Yeah,
I have my own YouTube channel, but I'm not active on it. So I would just say Twitter is the best place, or X is the best place. You can follow me. StatATL, I think will get you there. It's actually like W Gableman is my handle, but if you type in StatATL, I'll come up. And then you can follow the 1 week season X page. I have multiple articles that come out and posts that are out on that channel every week. And then, feel free to swing on over to oneweekseason.com. Check it out. We do free content over there every week. It's see if it's something that might be of interest to you. But
finally
Disco,
got
always great to be on with you, man.
Yeah, it was fantastic to have you, man. I appreciate you and all the work you put in. We got more questions, but before we do that, guys, here's the link for tomorrow morning's big game day energy show. We'll be live at 10 a.m. Eastern time, answering all of your questions, crushing a couple last minute DFS lineups, giving you guys all the last minute juicy news and tidbits. So click that, turn the bell notifications on so you're notified when we do go live. Ask your questions there if we haven't gotten to you guys. And thank you guys for subscribing from the bottom of my heart. We got a question here from Leap Link AFF. 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Copy. Dak or Caleb? Your lean is Caleb, right?
Probably. You get a little bit more floor with the rushing.
My lean is Dak, just because you could score at will against that secondary. Okay, so we're split there, but I think you have good problems nevertheless there. TJ or Bannon, I'm giving the lean to TJ Hawkinson. I understand Bannon's been really good, but I'm giving the lean to TJ's. Who knows? Maybe he is unlocked with TJ Hawkinson, with Carson Wentz. James Conner, DJ Moore, or Buka. I'm leaning DJ Moore here, so you could go DJ Moore and Caleb stack with TJ Hawkinson. Just go all NFC North here. Where's your lean with the running backs?
I mean, I'm going DJ Moore because I'm going Caleb.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I think I'm probably playing James Conner out of that group just because of the uncertainty and injury news around Ebuka. Like, we just don't know where he is, and I'd rather have a little bit of floor with Conner.
Yeah, so I would say he's probably the safest floor, but DJ Moore is the ultimate ceiling play, and I think that's what wins championships and wins weeks. All right, Colin Carpenter says JCM or Chuba in my RB2. I'm not overthinking this. Chuba's going to find a way to get involved, whether it's in the air or on the ground. It's Chuba, but I do like JCM this week. I'm just curious who your other options are. And Leap Link, Eli the Ripper, Colin Carpenter. Thank you guys for heading over to Disco Ball Nation and becoming a member of Big Draft Energy. And the reason why I say Disco Ball Nation is because everybody knows me as Disco in these streets. It was fun. I was talking to Debro and Joey Pizzapia. Joey Pizzapia doesn't know who I am, but obviously Debro does. And I mentioned Henderson, and like Joey Pizzapia, now all he wants to do is talk about Henderson from the Fantasy Pros. Once again, guys, that's Billy Gableman. I'm Disco. You can catch us live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time here. We also had Sleez Bomb on earlier, and it was great. Only other option is Trey Benson. Yeah, hell no. You don't want Trey Benson. Trey Benson's not playable. He's in my F tier this week. And if you guys don't want to wake up at 10 a.m., you guys just want to set your lineups tonight, you can check out all my start sits, top to bottom, quarterbacks to tight ends. I didn't do any kickers or defense stuff because it's just not my deal, but I will answer it. You guys can check that out here on the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Give it a watch, give it a like, give it a comment. I'll try to answer anything and everything you guys put out. Once again, guys, it's been a slice. Thank you guys so much for supporting. And now for the best outro in fantasy football.